got the power. You got the might.
No way.
Get ready for battle.
Give me your money.
Beat the Black Knight. The power. You got the might.
No way.
Get ready for battle.
Give me your money.
Beat the Black Knight.
Hey guys, how are you guys doing out there in Twitch land, out there on the GamesDoneQuick stream? Welcome to the 2016 Classic Tetris World Championships preview.
That's right, we are going to be playing some classic Nintendo Tetris. Yeah, that's right, the version that was released in 1989 on the classic Nintendo Entertainment System, the version of the game that I personally fell in love with. Of course, if you don't know, this is Chris Tang and James Chen, aka Jay Chenzor, coming to you live.
The competition is being played out here in LA right now. We've got 4 of the best classic Tetris players in the world to exhibit for you guys and to give you a preview of what's going to be going on in Portland. We're actually going to be having this year's 2016 Classic Tetris World Championships at the Portland Retro Gaming Expo coming up in a couple of weeks, October 22 to 23. If you're in the area, we encourage you to come on out. Otherwise, I believe we're also going to be having a stream for that as well. So stay tuned and enjoy classic Tetris action all this month.
That's right. And, you know, some people in the chat might even be wondering, like, why are we playing the 1989 version of Tetris? Aren't there a lot of newer Tetrises that came out? Well, you know, one of the reasons why we do play this version is a lot of, you know, Tetris fanatics out there really do consider this version of Tetris to be kind of like the pure classic version of Tetris. You know, you don't have as much of the piece sliding, you don't have any like crazy triple T spins and stuff like that. So this is pure raw Tetris skill. So a lot of these guys are still playing this old version, and as you'll see in just a minute, these guys are ridiculously good at this game.
Yeah.
We have 4 players here, of course, and we're going to talk a little bit more about details about each player as we go along, as they start. We'll explain how this the format works in just a little bit, but the players that we are going to have are Harry Hong, Sean Ritchie, aka Quaid, Jonas Neubauer, and Vince Clemente. And these 4 guys are all excellent Tetris players. And as we said, the format, we're going to have basically a two-part format where we're going to start with max mode, and then they're going to go straight into the head-to-head competition.
Right. Before we introduce the players, we'd like to give a shout out to the GamesDoneQuick guys, Matt and Fiesel, for hosting this exhibition, for getting us up on GamesDoneQuick. As we see, we've got a huge crowd in the room, like 2,500 people, and we haven't even started yet. So big shout out to GamesDoneQuick, and I just want to let you know that, like GamesDoneQuick, all of the donations that are received during our telecast today will benefit the Prevent Cancer Foundation, as it does for their events.
That's right. Really, really great cause. Again, shout outs once again to the GamesDoneQuick guys. I mean, this organization has done a lot of great things for gaming in general, and I know that the past couple of years they've had the Tetris exhibition, which I personally just loved. I would watch it every single time. I always donated during those portions of time because I've been pretty much a Tetris junkie my whole entire life.
Yeah, I've been a big fan of GamesDoneQuick and their Tetris streams as well. Like, they usually have some kind of cool exhibition, and particularly with Tetris Grandmaster series, and that's always a huge draw and a lot of fun to watch as well.
Yeah, so I guess for the people coming in here, I guess we could talk a little bit about how this is going to go, right? So we're going to have 2 phases here. So we have the max out mode. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to play a first round where the players are going to try to max out the score at 999,999, which is no easy feat.
It's not easy to do. There's only a handful of people in the world that have done it. Like, maybe we got 1 or 2 new people a year that have pulled it off. But it was first done in 2008 by Harry Hong, who's one of the players here.
Nice. And yeah, and so basically whoever gets there first will be seated in first place, and they'll keep going that way. And if not all the players are able to do it within they'll have a certain amount of time to do it. And if they don't quite get it done in time, then the rest of the seating will just be done by their high scores.
Yeah, and if they do max it out, I mean, it's a pretty big event. We'll see if it happens. It's a special thing, and it's a good warm-up for the 1v1 matchups that we're going to be having later on.
That's right. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and get started. We're going to start the players one by one, so they're going to kind of trickle in a little bit. So the first player that we're going to have is Harry Hong, and Chris, if you want to let us know about Harry's history here.
Yeah, so Harry is one of the first people. He was the first person to officially max out the game, according to Twin Galaxies, in 2008. He was featured in the Ecstasy of Order documentary, movie, which we definitely recommend you see if you're into classic Tetris or want to learn more about the history of competitive Tetris, which was started as a smaller documentary called Max Out, which was going to be only featuring Harry, but as the documentary production progressed, we found that there are a lot more Tetris masters out there in the world, and we decided to have a huge tournament on it. And that's the tournament that we're running to this day. And Harry Hong is the only winner of the tournament besides our other Tetris World Champion here, which is Jonas.
Nice.
But we'll get to talking about him later. So here's Harry Hong. He's on your play field in the lower right, and he's the first to start.
Yep, and the next player that's going to be going up is going to be Sean Ritchie, a.k.a. Quaid. Now, you know, a lot of Tetris fanatics obviously have been playing this game for a long time, but it sounds like Quaid really has only been competing since 2012. So it's very impressive that he was able to get to this level in such a short time. There's actually a short film about Quaid that you can find on the Classic Tetris World Championships YouTube channel. It was actually only just shot last year, and last year he made it to grand finals versus Jonas that we talked about, that you mentioned is the only other champion here. So yeah, he was the runner-up just last year. So again, a very, very strong player, and just only recently kind of got into the competitive scene. So once again, very impressive that he's gotten this strong so quickly.
Yes, and he was our second place winner last year at the World Tournament in Portland. So very strong showing, and one of the younger players out there. Like even though the game is very old, a lot of the players that are playing it now, might not have actually had this to grow up with. So we're seeing an interesting mix of players who are getting into it now.
And so you guys probably saw that Quaid just basically crashed out. Like he actually game over just a bit ago. Again, once we're in this max mode setup here, within this time you're allowed to try to go for the max. You're allowed to try to max out your score as many times as you want. So if you don't like your start, you can just go ahead and clear the field out and just go right back into it again.
Yeah, some people just hit reset on the deck and then just, have to start over again.
Yeah. Literally, these guys are playing on NESs, on CRTs right now. But
right, the setup that you see here is not actually what they're playing on. They're actually playing on CRT TVs on 4 different stations.
Yeah, but let's get the next guy started.
All right,
here.
So Jonas Neubauer is our third competitor to start. Go ahead and start, Jonas. He is the 5-time reigning Classic Tetris World Champion. And he won the first event in 2010, and every year, with the exception of 2014, which Harry won, he's been our champion. Extremely consistent and strong player. He posted an unofficial max out video in 2006, but Twin Galaxies didn't count it because I guess it didn't have sound. So, you could say there's a little bit of a max out rivalry between Harry and Jonas going back until the very beginning. But he's a very consistent player, and he's always, the favored champion to win. So we'll be seeing more of his performance this evening, and definitely in our finals at Portland coming up in a couple of weeks.
That's right. Yeah, that's going to be so cool to watch. And of course, the last person who's going to be playing is Vince Clemente, and he's kind of important to the Tetris scene. He's organized this tournament actually every year since the beginning. So he's largely one of the reasons why we have the Classic Tetris World Championships. So that's really, really cool. And to this day, I guess he still hasn't yet quite gotten a max out yet. His top score is about in the 700,000s, but wouldn't it be awesome if today was the first time he got it right here live on stream?
Yeah, that would be great.
That'd be some sick stuff. So I'm going to be secretly rooting here for Vince to max out the score.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
And I guess with that, we'll start commentating on some of the action that we've been seeing here.
Yeah. The first thing that I kind of want to talk about is Quaid. A lot of people I saw in the chat were, talking about the hole, the center well hole. And sometimes it can be advantageous. There are times that obviously most people build the hole on the right side, as you can see everybody else is doing. But sometimes having the hole there in the middle is not as bad as it looks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you have a few more options, a little bit different options. Like when the game hits level 29, which would normally be a kill screen, having a center well is the only way to survive. Actually, when I played in the 1990 Nintendo World Championships, in my championship game, I was actually one of the 90 Nintendo World Champions.
That's awesome.
That has one of those 20 grand cartridges. Yeah, my game was saved by having a center well and being able to deal with dropping pieces down the middle. I still watch videos of that, and it's scary when I see it. But it's like, wow, I did center wells back then, and now when I see it, it's like I have a deep respect for players who can do that.
Right. And so far right now, it feels like Harry has a really clean field, and he's already halfway there. You can see 584,000 points, and he's reached level 21. So obviously, if you guys are wondering, they're starting at level 18 because you get a higher score for Tetris at the higher levels. So to build up to level 19, if it's all level 18 Tetrises, you're going to get your score up much faster. And so that's why they start at higher levels in general. But once it gets up into like level 21, like you see Harry at, things start getting hectic at that point in time.
Yeah, Harry right now has a score in the 600,000s. He's could be on pace to max out, so he's playing aggressively. I just saw Jonas just hammer down a ton of Tetrises.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that little grunt there was from Harry's screen. I saw that he accidentally got a hole in the middle of the screen with one misplacement. But again, at this speed that the blocks are falling, it's very hard to not make mistakes every once in a while, just like that.
Yeah, he's going to have to clear off that before he can Tetris again. Oh, man.
Yeah. There's still a chance that he can survive this if he gets the right pieces, but I'm starting to think that this is going to be bleak for Harry, so he might have to start a new attempt. Yeah, that's it for Harry right there. He's going to have to start a brand new attempt. And meanwhile, of course, on Quaid's screen, you can see he's doing really well. He's still at level 18 right now, but he's got a very clean play field.
Boom, another Tetris for Quaid. And Jonas is in excellent shape, too. We're seeing a lot of great action here already. And Harry's waiting for his play field to reset. What you're not seeing is the in-between screens are actually happening on the player's stations. But thanks to our amazing technology, compliments of the incredible Trey Harrison, we have a special, I guess what you'd call a pass-through format that presents the tournament so you guys can see all the action at its very best. You'll notice that we've got long bar counters that show how many long bars have been distributed to the players. So when the question is, well, did they get robbed on pieces? Well, now you can actually see that.
Yeah, and look, obviously, I'm new to this this group that you guys have here, and when Trey told me that this is so basically he's capturing the actual Tetris NES screen and redrawing it in the format that he wants it, I was blown away. This is awesome stuff that you guys have going here. So this is very cool.
Programming scripts that analyze the numbers that are being displayed and can actually mathematically calculate the point differentials, which we'll be seeing later on when we go 1v1. It's amazing stuff, and things like tools like this are great for getting new players into competition, getting them to learn the rules early on, and making it more interesting for spectators. So definitely enjoy the stream, you guys. This is a real treat for competitive gameplay in general, and if you're a fan of Tetris or have ever played Tetris and grew up with it, then you're going to get to see it played at a very high level.
Okay, well, unfortunately for Quaid, he's going to crash out here. Yeah, so it's gonna that game is gonna end, and he only got to 580,000. But you can see on the right side of the screen over there, we're gonna keep track of their highest scores that they've achieved so far. So it looks like Quaid is gonna start a new game, and I didn't see what happened quite in Harry's screen. If he just ended his game real quick to just start up another one, because maybe he didn't like the way that game was currently going at the time. And Jonas looks like he has just recently started a brand new game as well. And Vince is early on in his game. And this is kind of a bad start for Vince's game. Like, I almost feel like at this point he might be better off just abandoning this game and trying to go for a higher score with a fresh start.
But hey, look at this. Over on Quaid's screen, he's starting on level 19. He's going all YOLO, going all out. So to survive on level 19, it's actually significantly more difficult than level 18. It's a greater difference than trying to, say, start from level 0 to level 1. And if you don't have everything just set up the right way and your momentum good early on, then it's pretty much an instant death. But he's hanging in there. Let's see how this works out for him.
Yeah, again, the Tetrises at level 19 are worth a lot more than they are at 18. So you can start here, but you can see the difficulty that Quaid is having. Just maintaining a clean play field starting at this level. And yeah, I don't think the gamble's gonna pay off for him. So let's see if he goes back to 18 or not.
But a valiant attempt by Quaid on level 19, and we're not sure if we're even going to see anyone else attempt that. So it should be interesting if he continues that playstyle.
I mean, so again, their high scores are placed on the right over there. So if you're Vince or if you're Jonas and you're seeing, for example, that you're really far behind, you know, it might be worth it to try just going for a level 19 one, you know, as the time starts running low before we stop the max mode, the max portion of the exhibition.
Yeah, right now this is players trying to, or for people just tuning in, this is players trying to max out the game from now until 8 p.m. Pacific time, sort of as a warm-up and also to determine the seeding of our tournament. You get to see some high-level play. Exactly.
You also get a chance to see just how great these guys are. And, you know, a lot of people are going to watch this who aren't, you know, who haven't played a lot of Tetris, and they're going to be like, why do I still see so many mistakes? I mean, that's how hard it is to maintain clean play fields at these high levels. And especially for Quaid, wow, yeah. I mean, if you see on Quaid, he did it again. He did start at level 19 again. So
and he slams down to Tetris.
Yep. So he is definitely trying to get that lead back against Harry. Harry right now, who has the highest score at 611,000 points. Yeah,
so
now
he's explain what this kill screen is that we're trying to avoid, or trying to get our 999 before we can run into level 29.
Sure. So basically, these guys are trying to get to level 99. Oh, sorry. They're trying to get their score to 999,000. Now, there is something that's playfully called the kill screen. Not quite the same thing as like Donkey Kong or Pac-Man, but it's basically when the game gets to a point where it's basically impossible to continue.
Right. You can't move the piece all the way to the left or to the right. The only way you can do it is if you hyper tap your thumb, or if your thumb can move as fast as a turbo controller, then you can get it to the left and to the right. And really the only player that we know that is capable of that is the Nintendo World Champion Thor Ackerland, who demonstrates this in the Ecstasy of Order movie once again. But unless you either have a center well set up where you don't have to move the pieces all the way to the left or to the right to score a Tetris, you can no longer effectively score clear lines once it's past level 29.
So you really have a limit for how many pieces you can work with.
Right. You have a finite, it's like, as in real life, death is inevitable in the world of Tetris.
Yep.
And it's how you live that life that determines how well you score.
Exactly. So you can be aggressive. I mean, look, obviously, if you score one line and you clear one line at a time, a Tetris is worth an order of magnitude a lot more than just clearing one line. So if you clear one line, 4 times in a row, you're going to have way less score than if you are clearing Tetrises. That's just one of the the principles of Tetris. And so you're going to see guys play as aggressive as they can. And so if you do play safe, you're just not going to get the score that you want.
How many lines can you afford to not get Tetrises on? Assuming you started at level 18, how many non-Tetrises can you get and still max?
I'm not sure the exact count, but I don't know if there actually is, if people have done the research yet to know exactly that number, that once you get to a certain line count, if you don't have enough Tetrises, that you know exactly whether or not you can max out or not. But it looks like, actually someone said that there's about 88 lines that you can burn. There you go.
And yeah, you have to make about 37 Tetrises in total before the game kills you.
Gotcha. Okay. Wow. 88 is not a lot, man. That's really brutal.
That's why they call it a max out. You want to make every line count, every piece placement matters a lot. So what a lot of people do is they play the game over and over and over again, and it takes hundreds of hours of practice and countless attempts. And you see guys like Harry Hong, streaming just max out attempts, and even though he's done it before, it's still good practice to continuously go for it.
Right. Well, Vince looks like he just started up again, and he has a nice play field here. Meanwhile, Quaid still being very aggressive at 132 lines now. So now he's pretty much gotten to the point where he would have been at level 19, had he started at 18, but he started this at 19, so he definitely has a much higher score right now at level 19 than he would have had he started at 18.
Yeah, his score right now, it's not as good as a good level 18 transition, so he might have trouble actually maxing it out, but we'll see what happens, because he's already leveling up. He's already at level 20,
Right.
so he's got like 10 more, or about 8 more levels before the kill screen. I noticed in chat somebody recognized me, something about me being Chris Tang, the cosplay legend. Yeah, that's I'm guilty as charged.
Oh yeah,
Did the cosplay thing for a while, and
nice. That's awesome.
Jack of many trades. I commentate Tetris. I dress up in video game costumes and anime costumes, and I make video games too. My Twitter handle is @StrikeHarbinger, and if you want to check out the game I'm working on, it's called Strike Harbinger. It's a spiritual successor to rail shooters and like action RPGs of the 90s. So
Nice.
Sort of stuff I do. And of course, James Chen, I followed you for years, being a Street Fighter commentator, and I used to be big into the Street Fighter scene too. So this is a great marriage of esports, Tetris, some little bit of FGC going on, and GamesDoneQuick and Twitch. I mean, this is a pretty neat event, and I hope to have these in the future.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people might be wondering, what is James doing here? But look, I've been playing Tetris my whole life. It is my absolute favorite game. In fact, if there's such thing as a perfect video game, I largely consider Tetris to be that. Like, you almost never even have to explain it to people. Anyone playing it, as soon as they put a piece in the wrong place, it's like they know. You don't even have to give them instructions. It's like I said, to me, it's just like the most perfect video game. Like, if you want to count video games as art, like, I think Tetris is it right there.
It's certainly got the most replay value of any game I can think of.
Oh yeah. Obviously, so I travel from time to time to get to events to do fighting game commentary, and I'm actually playing Tetris on the plane most of the time.
Nice. Not a bad way to spend it. I mean, you keep your mind active, and people say that playing Tetris helps you reverse aging.
Oh, sorry.
Man.
That
Quaid,
was just
Quaid. He was doing great there, and it's just can just end in a second. I guess he's gonna keep on playing level 19, which is extremely aggressive, and you'll see that different players have different styles and different ways of getting up there.
Yeah, but he got himself a good score. He got himself a good score there. Actually, no, it looks like Jonas also had a higher score earlier, so he had 776,000. So there you go. So Jonas is now in first place. And again, this is going to be the seeding order once we get to the second half of the tournament, where these guys are going to be going head-to-head against each other. So it's really going to be around direct scores. Now, when they go head-to-head against each other, it's not a race. It's not like they can send pieces to each other like on Tetris DS or something like that. It is just literally the two players are going to try to see who can get a higher score between just the two players.
Right, but they can still keep an eye on their opponent's progress and throttle their aggression accordingly. So if they're way ahead, then they can dial it back and take less risks. But if they see that they need to catch up and they really need to win the match, then they can just go for mostly Tetrises and throw caution to the wind, as it may be.
Exactly. So very different strategies between these two phases. All right, so it looks like Harry right now got a nice play field there, but you can see he's only 20 lines in. Right now, Vince seems to be at the deepest point right now. He's at level 20 in his game. But as you mentioned, not a particularly strong score for being at level 20. And yeah, he's actually going to a game over right there. So his highest score right now, Vince, he more than doubled his previous high score, but he's still quite a bit behind Harry, Quaid, and Jonas.
Yeah, Harry's having a great setup here. I'm seeing a high proportion of Tetrises coming from his playfield right now. Bangs down another one. It's almost nearly all. He's only had a few pieces, and they've almost all been Tetrises at this point.
Nice. Ooh, okay. Harry having a little bit of trouble here. He had a little bit of unfortunate piece luck for a little bit, but look at this. He's managed to clean it up. He's got the hole in the middle, but he's just going to have to go for that single like that. He had a Tetris set up in the middle for just a short period of time.
Oh, there we go. He's back in it, just like that. Boom, Tetris for Harry. He's back into it again, coming on 200,000 points now.
Nice. Yeah, there you go.
And Jonas is set up for a couple of Tetrises.
Hang on a second. All right, so Quaid now looks like he's going for a center chasm. And Jonas
Tetris is all the way around. I just saw like every there. Amazing to behold this.
Tetris fireworks, basically.
Yeah, Jonas again, Harry, Quaid with the center well. When we actually play the Tetris Championships in Portland, we usually do 2 sets of 2 at the same time. So you'll have 2 players, like two players on top will be matched against each other and 2 on the bottom. But in this case, we're all trying to just max out. This is like a max off, if you will, and every player is trying to just get the highest score that they can within this hour, and they can restart the game as many times as they like. It's a good warm-up.
All right, and Harry, of course, doing a great job right now. He's got a very clean screen on his side.
Jonas is waiting for his long bar, and there it is. Boom, Tetris for Jonas.
Nice.
And Harry is building up his wall again as well. He's past 360,000 points. What's great right now is both Jonas and Harry have their lines and their score like right neck and neck. So we have like kind of like a mini competition going on in terms of their score and their pace. So it's a prelude to what will be happening later tonight. Let's see what happens with it.
Yeah, you can already see kind of a little bit of different play styles. As you mentioned, some of these guys are a lot more aggressive than others, especially Quaid, who keeps starting at level 19. I mean, he's not messing around here, especially since he's only just a tiny bit behind Jonas. You know, it's interesting to see that he's going for this strategy in particular.
Yeah, actually, this is more aggressive than I'm used to seeing Jonas's play. I mean, usually Harry pulls ahead in terms of lines early on, but right now I'm seeing pretty much the same pace from both players.
Well, it looks like Vince's screen right now is, oh man, he placed that long piece in the wrong place, so he accidentally blocked that hole that's under him. And yeah, unfortunate piece, the randomization, he kept getting more pieces that he had to place above the hole. Like, for those people who are new to Tetris and don't know like some of the more intricate Tetris strategies, when you're trying to clear up your play field, you can't keep putting pieces on top of where the holes are under. So you have to see the next line right below where the hole is and make sure you don't keep putting new pieces on top of that. Otherwise, you're just going to keep burying it more and more.
We're going to be seeing a level 19 transition coming soon from both Jonas and Harry. As I said, their pace is remarkably similar right now, and it'll be interesting in seeing what happens between these two, the top 2 Tetris World Champions that we've ever had.
Yeah, and Jonas right now is still saving up for that Tetris, and there it is.
That should do it for Harry. Harry is Tetris, and now he's transitioned to level 19, and he does a back-to-back Tetris 2 in a row. Jonas also Tetrising into level 19.
Yeah, again, if you guys are familiar with some of the modern, more recent Tetris games, you did get extra points for back-to-back Tetrises. That's not in the case here for Nintendo Tetris. So
this is a great way of showing off and showing.
Yeah, yeah. It's
just
a
having
great
that well
feeling.
set up. Just slamming 2 Tetrises down in there is so satisfying.
Yeah, it's one of the best feelings. It's one of the best feelings in video games, you know, when you get like 2 or 3 Tetrises right in a row. All right. So Harry now at level 21, and he seems to be, oh, no, I had to just create a hole there. But Jonas, like you said, not that far behind him. Oh, okay, yeah, that's it for Harry there. So he's going to end there at 607, just under his previous high score. So unfortunately, not going to be able to improve his position. And meanwhile,
so
Quaid,
Harry's going to restart his game.
yeah, and Quaid is still going for it at level 19. You can see 79 lines, 264,000. So he's doing okay. Trying to get himself all the way over there. Yeah, wow, that's unfortunate. He just got 3 long pieces in a row before he had that Tetris built up. That's like the RNG taunting you. Oh, he's going to have to, place that L piece all the way to the side because he's just waiting for a J piece, and the J piece is not coming. So there we go. Finally, he's going to be able to fill out that middle chasm there on the left. On the right side. And Quaid just needs to get that 1 long piece in there. Yeah, there we go. He's got the Tetris set up. Now let's see if he can finally get a long piece in time.
So is the center well that helpful when it's only 2 tiles away from the edge? It seems like if it was in one of the center columns, it would be good. But almost at the edge seems to limit your choices.
It's interesting because the way that you can set up when it's only 2 columns away from the side, sometimes it works out really well because, you know, when you get squares, you always have a good place to put it. If you see that you're going to get 2 L's or 2 J's in a row, you can stack them up over there. So it actually kind of works out at times. It's still not, of course, optimal, but it's definitely not a bad situation, in my opinion. You know, I definitely feel comfortable even when I have that kind of a situation set up.
Jonas is looking to increase his score lead here. He's doing extremely well. He's just able to bang down another Tetris. Another one, boom, another Tetris for Jonas. And he's headed to a level 27 now, breaking 800,000 points. He now has the highest score in this maxed off.
Nice.
And he's ready for another Tetris.
Jonas right now considered largely the strongest Tetris player right now, as you said.
Always the favorite, and usually we have a lot of people cheering more for Quaid and Harry because, you know, everybody loves the underdog. But, you know, Jonas is just so dominant and so consistent, as we're seeing here.
Yeah, he's really close. 870,000. He is not that far behind.
Level
Again,
29 is coming, though. Death is coming. As it always is in Tetris. He might try to get another Tetris here.
Yeah, he has the opportunity if he can just get a long piece.
He's 4 lines. Yeah, it's going to level 29 him if he gets it. But it's being really stingy. Oh, we're not going to see it.
Look at that drought.
It's a
26 piece drought.
There's some frustration right there. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Tetris is the game that giveth and taketh away. You know? This game can be brutal to you like that.
Yeah, and sometimes it's even satisfying just to see yourself get killed by level 29 because, you know, it's at least getting to that is at least some form of satisfaction. But yeah, dying from the long bar drought like that is brutal.
Oh, man. I can't even tell you how many times I've raged from that. Oh, jeez.
Does get a good time on the board, though.
Yeah, great score. Yeah, almost 900K. I mean, we're getting close to seeing him. He was within max out range at some point in that run, and we could have seen it. So, you know, we know it's possible. And if our players have about 25 minutes to get those scores in.
Yeah, and at this point, with Jonas with 873, I'm gonna, you know, just want to assume, you know, I don't want to make the assumption, but, you know, I think he's pretty safe for being placed first seed. It just depends on if someone else gets a really, really good run. Yeah,
Harry might get a good run. You know, Quaid could get a good run. You know, Vince could have his first max out ever, and you know, we could be making history here. There's literally, you know, there's less than 20 people in the world who have maxed this game out officially. So you're seeing some of the best players in the world. You know, 3 of the players that have done that are you know, here on the stream performing now.
And you could kind of see on Quaid's screen, I mean, you can't see it really much right now. In fact, he's cleaned it out. But he did have one of those holes that was two blocks from the side. And yeah, and it was working out for him pretty well. So again, you know, it's definitely a very comfortable position to be in for a lot of, you know, Tetris experts. And yeah, so Quaid right now in a good position, but he's just got to fill out that right side over there if he can. Yeah, he's going to be able to do that by putting the upside down J. And yet, boom, gets a Tetris. There it is.
And Vince is on level 19.
Oh, nice. All right, here we go.
Keeps that up. He's got some burning off to do, but good to see Vince with a huge score up there.
Yeah, he got there with about 400-something thousand, and you know, not the best to be at level 19, but definitely very strong. He should be able to get some good points here. If he could just get that long piece. Where's the long piece? There it is.
Yes.
Boom! Tetris for Vince. So there he goes. Almost at the 500,000 mark now. Oh, no. And he misplaces that T piece and builds the stairway to heaven. Oh, man.
But he gets the score up a little bit. He's still in 4th place. You know, Harry and Jonas are at it again. Harry about 30 lines away from transitioning.
Yeah, I do want to mention, though, that if you noticed, Quaid has gone back to the level 18 start. So he's playing a little bit more cautiously, but not having a great play field right now. That square piece right there was just in time, just what the doctor ordered. So now, yeah, okay, perfect setup there with the L piece and the J piece right back to back. So Quaid is in a good position now, if the Tetris gods are kind to him and give him some good pieces. Interesting. Didn't place the long piece in there, so... on the left side for Quaid.
I would say his burning is even aggressive, where he'll actually go for triples instead of singles.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, obviously triples are still better than even just doubles and singles. So that's a good point. All right, so look at that. Quaid is all the way back down, so he's in position.
And with a pretty decent score, well, he's at 104 lines, so yeah, his transition is going to be happening fairly soon. You want to be somewhere around the 500,000s when you transition. And Harry just did.
Yeah, and I did see someone in the chat mention that that NES Tetris is pretty random, and we should kind of mention that modern Tetris has a different randomization scheme that prevents droughts from happening.
Yeah, there's like a kinder, gentler where you have like pieces from a set that's put into like a virtual bag, and they're shuffled around, and when all the pieces are in the bag have been expended, which consists of a certain number of equally distributed pieces, right? Then they flush it out. Then that way you don't get something like 12 Z pieces in a row just from being purely random.
And NES Tetris is not so kind. NES Tetris is true randomization.
Right, so bad things can happen. And
that's what's happening for Harry right now. He has not been getting a lot of long pieces. Okay, actually, he just did get a great sequence of. Actually, now he just got like 4 or 5 great pieces in a row, and Harry is right back in it. So there you go. Again, this game, the Tetris gods taketh and giveth away. So
I mean, if you ever want to wonder if the universe is screwing with you, a great way is to play NES Tetris and.
Oh, man.
No matter what's going on in your life, that's a lot of bad luck. Sometimes playing NES Tetris can change your entire perspective on it.
You have like a 40 eyepiece drought, and you're like, you know what? My life outside of Tetris really isn't that bad.
Not bad. Take some more risks because it's safer.
Yeah, but look at this. Look at Harry's score.
Harry's doing great.
He has far surpassed his previous, and now he's even in second place. So actually, we have an opportunity here for a potential max out from Harry. Yeah, he's in great place.
Yeah, we're right on the. I think he's right on the line of being able to max out. So hopefully he'll be able to keep it up.
Now he needs that long piece. There it is. Boom!
Yeah.
778,000 points now. He is in great position. In fact, his field is very clean. Oh, wow. Didn't even go for a cleanup. Oh, he's playing very aggressive. He had a strong opportunity just to place the square, on the side.
Oh, he got Tetris, triple to a Tetris.
Nice.
Not the most aggressive play, but it kept him alive.
But he has an opportunity here. He's right at the cusp of being able to max out, and he's still at level 26. So he still has 3 levels left. He's going to get another test. There it is. Oh, man.
He could break Jonas's score right here and jump into the lead for the max out contest.
Perfect pieces there for him to cover up those holes in the middle, and he's going to do a little bit of cleanup work on the.
Oh.
Ooh, okay. He's okay right now.
Opted for a triple there.
Yeah, and he's going to do a little cleanup. He's trying to play a little bit safe now. I like this decision. Yeah, he's going to be in a good position right now. And look at that.
And there it is, first place. He's got first now.
He's got first place, and his playfield has been cleaned up as well. Ooh, he's going for it again. Where's that long piece? Come on, long piece.
Needs it. Come on, Tetris. Give it to him.
Oh, no. Why?
Oh, man.
Yeah. This is one of those situations
barely
where
breaking the ceiling of. I think he beat Jonas's score by just a few hundred.
Oh yeah, by
900 points. Like crazy close, and man. Sometimes you just think like if he had gone for a Tetris instead of that triple, would he have maxed out? I mean, it was so close.
Oh, that's one of those situations where if I was playing, I would have fallen on my knees and did the why kind of thing. Oh, that's brutal.
Come on, man. Not like this. Not like... Oh, and then it's like you see it like coming right at the end after you're already dead.
Yep.
Just to add insult to injury. But we've all been there, so what happens to these champions, man.
Tetris is the one game that really makes you feel like your NES is a sentient being and is just screwing with you. Oh, level 29. There it is.
Level 29 kill screen.
Wow,
931,000. He is now our score leader.
Wow, I didn't even notice that he was that high because his
Crazy.
playfield was so clean, and I didn't even
Yeah.
notice that he was
No,
that
he
high up.
had
Oh my
Really
god!
high proportion.
Oh man, that's my bad for not noticing that. But great job to Quaid, was just right at max out. Ooh. Okay, so yeah, he's definitely taking the lead now, and you can see on the scores on the side, Harry now is going to be in second place. Jonas is going to be in third place, and Quaid there with 900,000 points. And so yeah, now
Our leaderboard seed still needs to be updated, but right, Quaid just turned in 930,000 plus on his score, and he's right back into level 19 now. So he's all warmed up and ready to keep up the aggression.
Yeah, it's nice because now that he has such a commanding lead, he probably could just be a lot more aggressive and just start at level 19 and just keep going from there.
Right, but check this out. I mean, going into the Portland Championships this year, Quaid was our second place winner last year, so we could see an incredibly strong showing. We might be looking to shake up some of the scene this year with 3 really consistent players on the field, and they're all here playing with us tonight.
And once again, I see in the chat, someone asks, why are they starting at higher levels, or what's the advantage of starting at level 19 over level 18? So each level that goes up, the score that you get for a Tetris increases pretty drastically. And so if you're building up to, let's say, 130 lines, if you're doing it all in level 18, and you get Tetris after Tetris, your score is going to be a lot less than if you get to 130 lines getting Tetris after Tetris if you start at 19. Of course, 19 is the highest that you can start at. So 18 is just where a lot of people start because it is the highest level that is very, very controllable.
Look at Vince. He's
That's
doing
not
great.
Vince, though, is it?
Oh, is it?
Did we swap somebody out? I
Oh,
looked
that's
at the
Trey.
camera. That's a fake
Our
Vince.
room cam has Trey playing, where Vince Trey Harrison is our sort of like our technical coordinator, and he's the one who's programmed this great interface for us to be able to experience this Tetris competition. With 4 different play fields on your screen, and the score differentials and the long bar drought counter and all that stuff. He's actually playing in Vince's place right now, so
He's just
the name tag is inaccurate.
He's like, move over, Vince. Let me show you how this is done.
I'm like, whoa, Vince is doing great, and then I look at the room cam, I'm like, wait, that's not Vince.
Oh man. All right, yeah, and I also saw in the stream chat, someone asking why are they playing this very, very old version. I mean, this version is probably older than some people that are in the chat right now. Again, the newer Tetrises have very different sets of rules. The Tetris organization has like new rules that they try to keep everyone who makes a Tetris to adhere to, and the older Tetris is kind of a little more pure, I guess you can kind of say it that way. There's less, there's no like triple T-spins, there's no back-to-back Tetrises, there's no, the pieces can't hit and then slide around a little bit. They stick almost like the instant they touch the bottom.
Right. For mainstream Tetris, they tried to introduce rules and different piece behaviors that make it what you'd call more accessible to players who might not be as skilled. So what you can do is you can let a piece drop and you can press the button, like say over and over again, and it will juggle the piece in place, and you actually won't die if you do that. But on these older classic Tetris versions, as soon as the piece locks down, you can't move it anymore.
Yep.
And if it stacks up to the top, you're dead. And it's a lot less forgiving. And newer Tetris games, because they want more people to be able to play it and have it to be more approachable, have made more lenient rules. But for skill-based gameplay and competition, you definitely want to have harder, stricter rules that to put it no other better way is to punish the player for making mistakes.
Right. Yeah. Because we're sitting here watching these guys try to max out, and pretty much anyone who's played a lot of Tetris, if you know Tetris well enough, like if you play, for example, Tetris DS, you can max out the score. You can last forever. There's no point in which you will die in Tetris DS if you know what you're doing. And so, for sure, the rules are a lot more lenient. But, obviously it makes sense that they want to do that for that version, for Tetris, to try to make it a little bit more easy to play. But for competitions, it's fun to watch it be brutal when you're not on the receiving end of it. Let's put it that way.
Right. If this game were to be introduced to the market right now, I mean, most people would probably consider it to be too hard. The very fact that there are a lot of happy miracle coincidences that made this balance of difficulty possible. We're not sure if Nintendo in Japan designed it specifically to max out right on the level of possibility. I mean, who would have thought that like 30 years after the game's released that people are still trying to max out the game, and maybe there's only 20 people in the world who can do it. But it's right on the edge of possibility of being possible, and that mixture of difficulty and design makes it, a very successful game in its own right, even at that difficulty.
Yeah. And again, this is and look, I'm gonna say this right now, right? I mean, I mentioned earlier that I play Tetris DS all the time. I'm definitely not trying to say either one of these versions of Tetris is better than the other. You know what I mean? Like, oh, this one is more pure, you should play this version compared to other versions and stuff. I definitely like a lot of the strategies that modern Tetris builds at the higher levels. I appreciate all forms of Tetris.
On that note, James, what's your favorite version of Tetris?
Right now, it probably is the DS version, mostly just because I think the versus mode is really good on there. But the biggest problem with it, obviously, is that you can set up the back-to-back triple T-spins too easily if you just, memorize the few starting patterns.
Right, yeah, once you have a T-spin well set up, you can kind of use it over and over and over again.
Yeah, and that's kind of the unfortunate part. But there's something about the way that version feels to me that I really like.
Yeah. And I love the retro throwbacks in that game. I mean, just the way they have like the chiptune music and a lot of throwbacks to classic NES games. Before NES Remix was around, I mean, it was like the closest thing that they had to a NES throwback game. So yeah, I enjoyed that game a lot myself as well. Oh, and also that it had the multiplayer. You could just, have one cartridge, and if other people had a DS, you could play multiplayer with just one cartridge. That was an amazing feature for that game. I'm a big fan of that version myself. My favorite Tetris game of all time is probably Super Tetris 2 plus Bombliss on the Super Famicom.
Whoa, okay.
Limited edition.
Okay.
It's close to this version, except it runs at, 60 frames per second. It has a lot smoother piece movement. It has a little bit where you can move the pieces off of the edge. So it's not as strict as this game, but I just like the features that it has. The Bombliss mode is really addictive, and just how smooth it looks and feels is probably why I like it so much.
Yeah, and also, I mean, I haven't played it enough. I played, in fact, there was one point in time, like right when I graduated college, this will tell you how old I am, but the first Tetris Grandmaster came out. And, right when I had graduated from college, I had a bout with insomnia. I couldn't fall asleep because I was like stressed out trying to find a job. And then Tetris the Grandmaster came out at the arcade, at the UCLA arcade. And I started playing that a bunch of times. And then when I started going to sleep, I would see Tetris blocks dropping in my brain. And it helped, it like cured my insomnia.
Yeah, I kind of missed that. Just kind of like playing Tetris, in your head.
Yeah.
Without actually having the game hooked up. I guess they call it the Tetris effect. I believe that it has something to do with your brain adapting to patterns, and when your brain is challenged like that, when you're playing the game actively, it can start to try to work out those patterns even when you're not doing it.
Exactly, and I see Mr. Kevin DDR in the chat. Of course, one of the greatest players. He was is he the only U.S. Grandmaster so far in Tetris the Grandmaster 3?
I think that's what the news was.
Yeah, I believe so. So yeah, but obviously a really strong player. I do have a place in my heart for Tetris the Grandmaster. In fact, I still think it has one of the most clever versus modes where the holes that you send over to your opponent are based on the lines that you clear. So it kind of creates a completely different strategy in the game. Yeah,
you can actually look at the other player's playfield and kind of screw them over by making the garbage appear, in an undesired position.
Exactly. So, yeah, I mean, I really want to get my hands on a Grandmaster board. I haven't really quite made the effort yet to do that, but that is definitely something I want to do. Because, to be honest with you, at one point in time, I wanted to start streaming myself playing that to see how close I can get to Grandmaster. I don't think I could ever get there, but I would love to see how close I could get there.
Yeah, we had a long time ago. I actually worked at BPS, which is a company that has the rights for Tetris, and they had an arcade Grandmaster machine in there. And when I saw it, I really liked how it played. It was smooth and fast, and but it was very intimidating because when you saw how fast that it got, and pieces would literally teleport to the bottom when they locked down, I was just like, oh man, it'll take me years to get good at this, and don't have time for that right now. But maybe someday when I get really bored.
Yeah, but Tetris, again, like I said, it's always been my favorite game of all time. I think it's the most well-made video game, and a lot of it is just because, like you said, how, I'm not sure if it is what, Nintendo planned to do with it, the kill screen happening just right when you can max out and stuff, but a lot of the game's rules really write themselves. You know what I mean? There's really not... You didn't have to go out of your way to make up a bunch of rules to make Tetris work. It just worked, so...
Okay, for the people joining us now, we've got almost 6,000 people in the room now. We've got some new people joining us. This is sort of like a preview event for the Classic Tetris World Championships that we're going to be having this year at the Portland Retro Gaming Expo. And all of these competitors are going to be there. These are some of the best Classic Tetris players in the world. We've got 5-time Tetris World Champion Jonas Neubauer here, and we've got 1-time Classic Tetris World Champion Harry Hong here. So we've got the 2 guys who have won at all these for the 6 years that we've had it. And also Quaid, who came in 2nd place last year. All the 3 of these guys are playing it, as well as tournament organizer Vincent Clemente, who's in our upper left corner screen there. We're all trying to have them get their scores as high as possible, which will determine our seeding order for the tournament that we're going to be having in about 7 minutes. So we're going to be doing a reset, and we're going to be going to 1v1 competitive play relatively soon. But right now, we're just trying to max out the scores and get them as high as possible. And if you look at our leaderboard, Quaid is actually on top. He was our 2nd place winner last year, and he has a high score of 930,000 plus points.
Yep. So yeah, once we get to the one-on-one, it's going to be a very different strategy between the players. They're just going to be able to play they're going to be able to adjust their strategy based on what they can see from the other person's play field. For example, if they can see themselves with a significantly higher score, they'll be dangerous because they got to glance over and process that really fast. But if they can see that they have a significantly higher score, they can play a little bit safer. Yeah. All right, so Quaid right now at 617. So this is a huge opportunity to try to take the. Oh, well, he has
Jonas
a lead
just
right
took
now.
Jonas is 940. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Jonas is Tetris. He might max out.
Oh my God.
He's at level 28. If he gets another Tetris, we could see it.
Are we gonna see a max out here? Nice. Slice that right up. Oh, great piece for him.
Building it up.
It's too early for that one long piece.
Oh, okay. He's ready. All we need is the long piece. There. Nope.
Long piece. Where's the long piece?
Uh-oh.
Come on.
Not like this. Come on, Tetris. Let's see it. Oh,
there it is.
There it is. Boom, Tetris
There it is.
maxed out.
He's done it and
29.
just got him to level 29.
Maxed out. Our first player to max out is Jonas Neubauer, 5-time Tetris World Champion.
And just like that, jumping up 2 spots. Woo, nice.
Amazing. Quaid's now in 2nd. And we've got about 5 minutes to go. We're going to be calling for final games in about 5 minutes. So there's still some time. Quaid's game is well on its way, too. We'll see how he manages with 646,000 on level 24.
Yeah, Quaid with just a couple of really unfortunate pieces. Like, he had the Tetris all set up, didn't get any long pieces, had to do some cleanup work, and then killed his 4-line setup, so he wasn't able to get the Tetris. And he's at level 25, you can see right now. Probably, I don't
think he's going to get out of that. Yeah. Okay. He'll have one more attempt, probably, and Harry's just started on his.
Yeah, Jonas here, of course, he's only at 8 lines right now, so he just started his attempt. So this will probably be his last chance. This will probably be his last attempt for the night to get this score. I'm sorry, Harry. That's Harry I was talking about, not Jonas. My bad. Jonas is pretty much done. He's like, look, I'm good.
He maxed out. And, he's got top, the top seed's his. It's pretty much whoever gets it first.
Right.
is already determined. And I mean, unless more people max out now, we're probably not going to see a whole lot of difference. Maybe if Harry can max out in this game, that's probably the only thing that could change our standings as of now.
Yeah, well, Harry's in a decent position right now. So, I mean, again, he just started, right? So he's only got 34 lines right now. So he's got a while to go. And, you know, Tetris, we've already seen so many times, can just be so brutal to you, you know, just giving you bad pieces. So something great like the setup that he has right now can go sour in almost no time flat.
And on that note, I mean, Quaid is starting on level 19 again, and he's going all out. So it'll probably have to happen on this game unless he gets a restart in the next couple of minutes.
Right. Yeah, and then once we start with the next phase, of course, as I mentioned, it will be one-on-one. And I guess I do want to take a little bit of opportunity, of course, to shout-outs to GamesDoneQuick, you know, particularly Matt and Fiesel, for letting us stream here on GamesDoneQuick, and, you know, just doing so many great things for GamesDoneQuick. All the subs that we earn during the course of this broadcast, that will be going to the same charity.
Yes, the Prevent Cancer Foundation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the same charity that they always donate to for GamesDoneQuick. So again, great worthy cause. So, you know, and of course, twice a year, Summer GamesDoneQuick, Awesome GamesDoneQuick, 2 events that are amazing. So, you know, definitely worth subbing to the channel. If anything, follow it so you know whenever it comes on. If you love video games, pretty much you owe it to yourself to hang out with the GamesDoneQuick crew.
Every year, man, always looking forward to it.
Oh, yeah. It's like a 2-week marathon of like the greatest gaming, you know, on the planet. And it's fantastic stuff to watch. I mean, you'll watch a game that you felt like you've played 1 billion times and you know inside and out, and then you'll see like a speedrunner do it, and you're just like, what the heck?
What just happened? Yeah.
Had no idea.
A lot of great traditions going on. Like I really love watching them play, you know, Super Metroid at the end. That's like sort of like the quintessential speedrunning game, and also a lot of fun to watch races and like glitches and different kinds of runs. I think I had a lot of fun watching Sonic Boom being played last year.
Yeah, and I'm just going to say this right now. I'm always pro save the animals, okay? Look, we want to be kind to the animals here, so no leaving them behind. You know, Samus is there to rescue people. I know it's all about time, but come on. They teach you powers, man. You got to repay them by saving them.
Yeah. So we're coming up on our deadline here. So I think these are going to be our last games that are in progress right now.
Yeah.
So they're going to max out.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's going to catch it. You can see, but all 3 of them right now are at about the 140,000 range. So they've just kind of started early.
Started, right.
Yeah. So I'm not sure if we reach the time, if we're just going to like pull the switch on them.
No, we'll let them play this one out.
Okay.
They're probably, hopefully in the room, they've told them that this is our last game, and we'll be going into 1v1 soon.
And their positioning on this leaderboard here is going to determine their seeding in the little mini tournament that we're about to do.
That's right.
Right. That's the reason we're doing this.
Yeah, so basically Jonas will be a pit up against Vince first, because it'll be 1 versus 4, you know, standard seeding where you have highest versus lowest, and then go inwards from there. So Jonas will be going up against Vince first, and then Quaid and Harry will be going up against each other. And it is going to be a double elimination bracket. So they're basically going to play each other, and whoever wins moves on the winner side. Loser goes to the loser side of the bracket, and to wait for the other players who get sent down to the losers bracket. So they always have 2 chances. They have 2 chances to get to all the way to grand finals.
And only Quaid and Harry remain. This will be interesting.
Oh, bad timing on that attempt to clean up on the right side for Harry. He just got the long piece, but then he just covered the hole up because he was trying to do a little bit of burn out the top of the playfield a little bit. And now a drought of long pieces. So we see a 20-piece drought, but there it is. Finally gets it.
Yeah.
Boom, Tetris.
But look at these scores. They're right neck and neck. They're about a Tetris apart from each other. Lines, I mean, they're almost at the same place.
Mm-hmm.
Quaid's about to bang down another Tetris once he gives him the long piece. He's going to be getting a drought pretty soon. Yep, here's a drought.
Doesn't it always feel like that you get the drought right when you need it? But there he got the long piece.
He got it. So, well, back on his way to catching up.
Yep. Oh, nice.
We've switched to...
Shout-outs once again to Trey, on the fly switching it just to the 2-screen view. That's so sick. I mean, he's literally capturing the output of the NES, of the actual NES consoles, and superimposing them, redrawing them here in HD. It's sick technology. So again, shout out.
And also
to him.
presenting all the competitive details that you need to know, like their score and the long bar count and things that the game isn't actually keeping track of, but his system is. So it's a really amazing system. Both players are in great shape, building back their walls up. We're about 20 lines away from transitioning.
Yep. Oh, okay. I like what Quaid did. At first, I wasn't sure about some of the placement that he was doing, but it worked out. Yeah.
Quaid pulls into the lead.
Yeah.
But only for a second.
Oh no, he's back there again, and yeah, they're pretty much neck and neck. So if you guys were watching this, if we were already in the second part of our tournament, what you would be seeing on the screen is like a point differential between the two players. But we don't have that running right now because this is just max up mode, so they're not worried about each other's score. They're just trying to get their own personal best right now.
Although it's a prelude to what's coming because they're going to be matched up with each other when they're fighting against each other. So the pace and the style that you see is going to be very similar to what you're about to see when they fight each other one-on-one.
Yeah, well, they're at 19 right now, and actually they both have really great level 19 scores. So there is definitely a possibility here. But again, Quaid having a little bit of unfortunate luck piece, but doing a great job keeping his playfield low. So he's
the real irony of this is no matter who wins, I think the seeding, they're still going to end up in second and third place. So
you're right.
This is pretty much for honor at this point, which and also to psych the other guy out because, you know, if you go against someone who just maxed out, I mean, it's just like... That's
true.
What can you say, right?
All right, well... Okay, so I was just about to say Quaid is not getting some good pieces.
Getting a bad draw.
So Quaid is going to be done, yeah.
Yep.
And actually, for Harry, not much better right now, but nice slide. At the higher levels, it actually gets a lot harder to slide those pieces in there. In fact, I was reading somewhere that it gets down to almost 1 frame at some of the highest levels that you have to slide that piece in time. And yeah, he has himself a pretty decent playfield right now, setting himself up for a Tetris. Yeah, he's set up for it now. But the drought, oh no.
Triples. Oh.
Man.
That was painful.
Happens every time. All right, well, okay, he's got it, yeah. He's going to get it too. Okay.
Slight misdrop there, but he gets a Tetris.
Yeah. And he's going to clean himself up. Yeah, so he's in a good position now. He's going to go for a center Tetris, although he's going to need 2 long pieces for it now. So he's got 1. He just needs another one. Can he get another long piece? Okay, I love the cleanup. That was beautiful. Was beautiful, yeah. So, not wrong one. Yeah, unfortunately, he can't get the right pieces to clear it out so that he can... he's going to get it right there. Yeah, there it is. Okay, perfect.
Back on track. Not a whole lot of room to play with. Level 25 here, about 5 levels away from, or 4 levels away from kill screen.
Yep. Trying to build that center. Oh, again,
Ooh.
one.
Oh, he got it.
Oh, but he got it. He got it. Okay. And he's setting himself up for another one. Yeah, he can get another one. All he needs is another long piece. There it is.
It is. Boom.
All
Tetris
right.
for Harry, level 27. It's looking
he's
bad
gonna get
for
another
max
one.
out.
Boom, another one, and he's also got himself back to the right
all of
side.
them.
Yeah, you see right there. Oh yeah, okay.
Nice burn.
Yeah. And again,
So you set up.
For a lot of the players who play the newer Tetris games, yeah, you could have slid the T piece in there, but not on this version of Tetris. Was not going to be possible. Okay, is he going to try to do some cleanup? No, he's going for it. Ooh, that's dangerous. Yeah,
If
now
it
he's just
actually
looking for the
happens,
lock.
It's gonna be all Tetrises.
Oh, yeah, there it is right there. All right, so
Great showing though.
yeah. I mean, he's just under his previous record there. You can see 861 versus 874. But as it stands, it is going to be Jonas in first seed who maxed out, who did get the 999,000 right when he got to level 29, which is basically the kill screen. Quaid is going to be in second with 932,590. Harry in third place, 874,269. And Vince, I don't think that was actually Vince's score. That might have been Trey playing it at the time, but Vince will be in fourth place at 753,349. So yeah, Jonas and Vince will be going up against each other first. You saw for a brief second there, the bracket came up there for a little bit, but we'll get the names filled up in there so you can take a look to see how it's going to play out. Again, it is going to be a double elimination bracket between these two players. And if you guys are just tuning in, this is an exhibition, just a fun little thing to showcase these guys' skill and talents before the actual Classic Tetris World Championships, which will take place in Portland, Oregon, on October 22nd through October 23rd.
That's in 2 weeks in Portland, Oregon. So if you're in the area, definitely head on out to the Portland Retro Gaming Expo. It's a great show if you like classic games or even any games in general. And we have the contest there every year.
That's
How
right.
many people are going to be competing in that?
Well, what we have is 30 slots for the main actual competition, but they have qualifiers to determine who those 30 are prior to the finals on Sunday. So on Saturday, it's open. Like you can join the tournament. I think there's a small entry fee to get an attempt to try to get a score that can qualify, and then the top 30 scores are then qualify for the last day on Sunday where the finals are. So it could be hundreds of people. If hundreds of people show up, then they get in line and they compete on the stations, and if they get their score in, then they're in.
Awesome. I wish I could go. Honestly, I wish I could go. I'm not going to be able to make it this year, but definitely next year. It's something that I'm going to try to keep on my calendar to make sure I can make it there. I mean, of course, I would love to check it out because I'm a huge Tetris fan. But I might try to enter. I'll see what I could do. Bust out my old Nintendo. I still have it. In fact, I have one of the top insertion, the plug-in NESs that are super rare these days. So
those are great.
Yeah. So maybe I need to practice my Nintendo Tetris here for next year. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, to answer the chat, it's probably 32. Every year the rules are slightly different, so I'm just kind of going by what I remember from previous years. So it's probably 32.
Yeah. All right. So once again, thanks you guys for tuning in. We just finished the first portion. You can see right now we're going into the second portion with the double elimination bracket. They're all starting on the winner side, but we're going to move on to that portion. But before we do that, we're going to take a quick break. But don't go anywhere because we've got some more awesome Tetris action coming up.
1v1 fights next. Stay tuned. Hey guys, nice to have you guys back. We are back at the Classic Tetris World Championships preview. We've just completed the very first part of our show, which was a maxed out marathon in which all of our players tried to get the highest score possible to determine our seeding for the tournament. The results of that are Jonas Neubauer is our top seed, followed by Quaid, followed by Harry Hong, and followed by Vince. So we're going to start the main competition portion of the tournament now. It's 1 versus 1. Players competing to get the highest score that they can in matches. It's double elimination, so if the player wins 2 out of 3, the winning player moves on while the losing player goes to the loser's bracket. It looks like we're going to start off with Vince and Jonas.
That's right. So this is going to be the first and fourth seed coming up here. And again, if you guys enjoy watching this Tetris action that we're going to be playing here, this is kind of a preview of what you guys are going to see at the Classic Tetris World Championships on October 22nd through 23rd. That's going to be taking place at the Retro Gaming
Portland Retro Gaming Expo at the Portland Convention.
Right. Yeah, there you go.
October 22nd and 23rd. Be there.
That's right.
Be there or be a square block.
I like that. I like it. Good stuff. Good stuff.
If you want to be the long piece, you will be at the Classic Tetris World Championships.
All right, so we are going to get started.
Yes. So Jonas is the 5-time reigning Tetris World Champion. Vince is the tournament organizer. So we're going to see how this plays out. And Jonas just maxed out, so he is red hot going in.
That's right. And of course, he is pretty much the favorite. He is considered the strongest player right now, and they are going to start out. It's so funny how slow level 18 looks after you've been watching some of the other levels. But again, if you guys are wondering, so a few really great things. Trey, of course, has done a lot of great work for this group here, and you can see that this view that they have on the screen, you can see the score differential at the top of the screen. At the bottom, you can also see the long bar count. So you can see right now Vince has 5 long bars. And if you're wondering what the hearts under the names mean, again, this is a double elimination bracket. So you have to win 2 out of 3. The hearts will light up for every win that they have. So you'll be able to see who is currently in the lead.
Right, and this presentation isn't what the players are actually seeing live. They actually have NESs with CRT televisions in front of them, but we're piping this special competition presentation just for you and for our viewers out there. It helps give you a more complete picture of the competition, and it's sort of a unique experience and helps you learn how it's played, and we hope to get more players into it as a result.
And I just saw a situation there where Vince really wanted to move a piece to the side, then changed his mind at the last second, and it cost him really badly. So his playfield is really dirty right now. However, it's not going to be a problem. He's going to be able to clean this up so long as he doesn't make any other mistakes. But what's going to happen now is because he's doing all this cleanup, he's not going to be getting a lot of points right now. So you can see they're both at about the same line count, but Jonas is going to be able to get a big lead here with 1 Tetris now. So he has a 1 Tetris lead, and you can see that Vince is still trying to do cleanup. So he's going to start falling pretty significantly behind here if he doesn't get this playfield cleaned up anytime soon.
Right, and competitive NES Tetris, or how we've been playing it over the years, you actually want to make every line count for as many points as possible. So spending a lot of time cleaning up. There's a big dad misdrop there. This might end prematurely, but we'll see if you can dig out of that.
That's done. That's done right there. Vince is not going to go for it. So Jonas pretty much takes that first game. So that really came. And this is the thing about Tetris, right? Tetris is about snowballs. Like, you make one mistake and it can just turn into this huge pile up all of a sudden. So you really have to play as clean as possible. And literally, Vince had one moment of indecision. I saw it. Like, I could see what his brain was thinking. It was like, let me get it over to the right. No, wait, the next piece is better over there. So he tried sliding it back to the left, and he was too slow on that one. And it caused an unfortunate build-up for him. So Jonas is going to go up one game over Vince.
And with that, we'll start our next round.
All right.
Jonas up 1.
Thanks, everyone, once again for tuning in here on the GamesDoneQuick channel. Once again, every sub that occurs during this broadcast goes to the same organization, the same charity, the Prevent Cancer Foundation that GamesDoneQuick does. So if you like what you guys are seeing, and please feel free to sub. And of course, it's all for a good cause, and also it's to support GamesDoneQuick, an organization that does great things for video games. Okay.
Yeah, we're really happy to be able to team up with them, and they'll be on Twitch tonight. And this is a great warm-up for what we're going to be having in a couple of weeks.
We've got a good, we've got speedrunners here. Obviously, like, I've done fighting game stuff, and you're a developer. You've made lots of games, so it's a big team up of all sorts of people here. Oh no!
Oh man!
It's with an early error right away.
Only a long piece is going to save him. Oh, yeah. And it's not going to happen.
Oh, okay, and just like that, yeah. Jonas is taking that first match. Wow, that was pretty fast there. And, we saw it. Look, we saw Vince playing earlier during the max out session, right? And he was playing just fine. But, man, when you start playing in competitions, and that's one of the things that changes when you play one-on-one, is that the nerves just kick in like that. And it's really hard to fight that. So, people watching at home are like, oh, man, what happened? Or, oh, that guy's not very good at all. I'm like, trust me, as soon as you know that you're on stream and you're playing against someone else, you got 6,000 people watching you, the nerves kick in.
All right, so we've got our first win for Jonas, and we're going to be following that up with Quaid and Harry, and the winner of that will go on to face Jonas, and the loser of that will go on to face Vince.
Yeah, if you guys had just tuned in and missed the max out portion, right at the very end, it was Quaid and Harry both were trying to, max out or to get a better seed position. And we almost kind of got a preview of them going one-on-one against each other. They were both neck and neck in lines and in score. So I imagine that this one is going to be a very, very tight race between these two players.
Yeah, this one's going to be exciting. Their play styles are both very aggressive. Quaid, we've seen start on level 19, not even starting on level 18, and that was something that none of the other competitors were doing this evening. So it'll be great to see how this plays out.
Yep, and so Quaid and Harry are both ready to go. We're going to count them in. And again, even though we count them in so they start at the same time, they're not actually playing against each other. They're not racing against each other. They're just able to play at the same time so they can kind of glance at each other's screens to see what the other person is doing or what situation they're in.
There's still definitely strategy within that, though. You definitely want to throttle your aggression depending on how far behind you are or ahead you are. Okay. Not take too many risks if you don't need to.
All right, so Harry there gets his first Tetris, boom, and you can see that every single Tetris pretty much, at level 18 nets you 22,800 points. But
right.
In general, when you're looking at the score, 20,000 is a good measure of how many Tetrises in the lead someone has. So for example, right now, that's about 20,000, so Harry has a 1 Tetris lead over Quaid right now.
Quaid's having a pretty big drought. He just got over the drought, but he covered up his Tetris well, so he's going to have to burn some off now.
All right, so he's doing a good job. Looks like he's waiting for a long piece to burn out the very left. Oh, no, the T piece is going to work just fine. There you go. So there he is.
Set up. Yep.
But unfortunately, during that time, you can see that their line counts are about the same. So because he had all that cleanup, Harry's going to stay in a 2 Tetris lead just about right now. So what Quaid is going to have to count on. So if they both played equally well from this point forward, obviously Harry is going to win. So what Quaid needs to have happen now is he needs to have Harry with a mistake so that Harry goes into cleanup mode that will give Quaid a chance to catch up.
Right, Quaid just has to play aggressively if he wants to stay in it. He's doing all right with that triple. Boom, Tetris for Quaid. And Harry is advancing his lead now. He's still about 2 Tetrises ahead. And Quaid's waiting another long piece. He gets it. So this is going to start to shape up to be a closer match.
Yeah, unfortunately, there looks like Harry had to burn some lines away. He had a 2 long piece situation where he needed to. Oh, I like the shift of that square block over 1 space for Harry to be able to fit in the Z piece properly.
Thanks to Mr. Luong in the chat for subscribing.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Once again, all the proceeds of that will go to the Prevent Cancer Foundation, so for a great cause. And once again, shout outs to GDQ for helping us stream this event on their channel, and for all the things that they do for the gaming community in general. All right, so it looks like to me that Harry still has about a
2 Tetris lead.
Yeah.
He is about 10 lines ahead, so they're about on par with each other. We'll see how it plays out. It's going to be somewhat close. We'll see how that...
that pans out there. And to be honest, it's not a huge difference right now. You can see that Harry has also had 5 more long pieces than Quaid has had. But again, actually now it's gone up to 7. So that can count for something, but it's when you start seeing the discrepancy get up to about like maybe 10 pieces that you can feel like one player is definitely getting some bad luck.
Yeah, I mean, right now Quaid is about at the place where he could just play at a comfortable pace and see how Harry does and take as many risks as he needs to. It's not a bad place to be in.
Yeah, he can definitely still catch up. All it's going to take is just maybe 1 mistake from Harry and a little bit of cleanup time from him, and Quaid should be able to get right back in there.
Yeah. Harry's pace is actually getting to be about 10 lines ahead for about 100 lines in. 2 Tetris lead.
Yeah, and actually a J-piece drought for Quaid caused him a little bit of problems here.
Yeah, that's why you don't want to be caught in a position where you're waiting for a specific piece.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's always tough when you end up with those, like the dual towers of only, where you can put S and Z pieces in there.
Right.
Like you can see right now in the middle for Quaid, he's got that Z piece tower. It's always a tough position to get yourself into.
Yeah, he's had to settle for a lot of triples and doubles, and it's affecting his score. He's now down 100,000 points.
Yeah.
So he's going to need to catch up and be very aggressive at this point. And Harry is being very consistent with his scoring.
Yeah, and so this is where, the difference now can be seen when you're actually playing side by side. Because if Harry's looking over there or if he can, see that Quaid is pretty significantly behind in points, then he can play a little safer now. He doesn't have to always go for Tetrises. There are times
Harry's
where
about to transition.
Oh, yeah, okay, there he goes. Yeah, so in case people are not sure what just happened there, he got to level 19 by clearing 130 lines. And now the speed, you can see, has increased pretty drastically, which is why the players start at level 18. They can start at level 19 if they wanted, but it's definitely more risky.
Right. And Harry's score is incredible right now. He's on pace to max out, so if he can keep this up, then at this point, I don't believe that Quaid will be able to catch up, but we'll see how that plays out. Right now, Quaid is on the verge of transitioning himself with his Tetris. He'll be at level 19. His speed has increased. His playfield is in great position, though. So
yeah, because right now Harry looks like he had a few unfortunate pieces.
Yeah.
So now he's in cleanup mode. Oof. Okay. Yeah. Now he built a little chasm in the middle there. And if he doesn't get anything,
tough. That's not going to happen. Unless he can dig that out. Great. No.
This is a huge. Oh, he can totally do this. He's only 20,000 behind. Yeah.
Right. So just a couple of Tetrises and Quaid will be back in it.
Yeah. He just needs a long piece now.
take the round.
Where's that? He lost his Tetris, unfortunately. Just when he needed it the most, that's when the drought occurred. You saw he started getting a drought. Yeah, this is an unfortunate situation. He's still in it, though. That was the perfect piece that he needed right there. But he's still definitely in this. He can still do this. And he might even be able to do it just through singles if he just plays carefully enough. Yeah, drop that. Oh, perfect.
Okay,
perfect.
He's back in position.
And he's not going to take the triple. He's not going to take the triple. And there it is.
Boom, Tetris.
Boom!
Okay, and Quaid takes the round.
Wow, great stuff. And again, see, there you go, right there. All it takes is one mistake. So even though he was that far behind, you can see what happens there. Just playing it safe, playing it clean. Quaid just, all he had to do was count on Harry to make one mistake. And again, that's going to happen in Tetris all the time. Mistakes happen all over the place. And
I guess he's going to keep playing to see if he can max out.
nice. This is just to send a message.
And he can. He's, yeah, right. He's on his way to doing it. I mean, level 23, and he's at 700K already. So, he played pretty much perfectly after that first bout of having to clear his playfield, and he's definitely back in it. And we could see the second max out tonight from Quaid if he can keep this up. That's
so crazy. I mean, how many players have actually gotten a max out in this game?
Less than 20. I think we're somewhere between 13 and 20 right now. I know there's like maybe a couple that happen a year.
Okay.
I'm not sure when the last time it's happened was, but we're hovering at about like 9 for a while, and then the last couple of years it went up to like 13.
Okay, yeah, that number there is just a good thing to know, just how hard it is to do that. So just because we saw Jonas do it earlier on stream doesn't mean that it keeps happening all the time. It is such a difficult thing to do.
Wow, Quaid just dug himself out of a really tough situation, and he's back in it. Not sure for how much longer, because
that's a problem. That's probably going to be it. He just wants that long piece to get one last Tetris.
Oh, that was a valiant effort, though, and great display of play.
All right, great.
All right, so Quaid takes our first round.
So he's going to go up 1-0 against Harry. And again, we saw Jonas's dominating performance in the first round, and Quaid was second place to him last year at the Classic Tetris World Championships, just right under there.
Yeah, so both these guys are definitely in contention for taking the whole thing, although Jonas has won the most consistently. These two are the top contenders to also be able to win the championships this year, having Harry won 2014 and Quaid coming in second last year.
All right.
So we're going to go to round 2.
That's right. So it's going to be Quaid versus Harry. Quaid up 1 game. This is first round of the winner's bracket. Let's go. All right.
So it looks like Adam says that there's 26 known max outs now. So
okay.
There's a lot more than there was when I guess we last checked. But
okay, I'm not sure what happened to Harry at the start there. He had some really odd placement of pieces. Uncharacteristic mistakes. He's going to clean it out, like I said.
Yep.
You're never really in danger at level 18, but it's just unfortunate because now you see he's probably going to be about 1 Tetris behind for most of the time. And another mistaken placement of a piece from Harry. So this is a rough start for him.
Yeah, Quaid's looking good right now in terms of taking the match. He's up on points, and his playfield is nice and clean. Harry's trying to clean off the remnants of that.
Mm-hmm. But as we saw in the last game, sometimes the all it takes right now is for Quaid to make a vital mistake, lose, and then Quaid can just kind of play calmly and catch up. So it's definitely not even. It's still undecided at this point.
Yeah, like. Having a level 18 playfield halfway up isn't anything Harry can't handle.
Yep.
So he should be able to get out of that. It's just that you need to get into a better score position by the time you transition. Right now he's about 100K behind.
Right.
He's got a lot of catching up to do, and he's also ahead in lines.
5 Tetrises behind, just about. So, like I said, all it's gonna really take now is for Quaid to make 1 mistake. Or just maybe get some bad pieces, which is entirely possible on NES Tetris. But so far, he is managing those pieces beautifully, and he has himself a very, very clean playfield.
Right. I mean, he's definitely hitting his stride. I mean, nearly maxing out in the last round gives him a lot of confidence going in here. And Harry's made a couple of other small mistakes. Nothing he can't handle, but the score differential is widening with every Tetris that Quaid makes.
I feel like this is a sign of nerves. I feel like Harry, who had a pretty substantial lead last time, losing it at the end there, might have rattled him a little bit. Not sure, because, he's definitely making more mistakes than we even saw in the last game.
Right, must be the controller.
Now, Are these guys playing on the standard NES pad? I can't see on the screen right
Yeah.
there.
Each player can bring their own controller that they're comfortable with. The whole Harry controller thing is sort of like an inside joke because he's been quoted as saying that when mistakes happen, it's the controller's fault. So
right.
It's a cute little thing that we can kind of jab him for. But Harry's an amazing player.
I know that
not the controller.
I know that at like GDQ, for example, you know, when like for example Kevin or some other people play Tetris, they actually use arcade sticks, right, from time to time.
Yeah, depending on the version. For this one, the players tend to prefer the NES pad, and for official competition, they do allow you to bring your own controller, but it has to be an unmodified NES pad.
Okay, makes sense. All right. Yeah. Okay. That long piece is going to be perfect to set that up. But if he can just get a box, oh no, he was one piece too late to get that box. So now Quaid is in a bad position. And
he
again,
needs long pieces, and it's going to be tough.
Yeah, this is exactly what I said, right? So all he needs is just a couple of mistakes, and look at this.
Oh, he got 2 Tetrises in a row. He's clearing it out. He got the pieces he needed. Quaid's back in it, and mostly maintaining his lead. But Harry's firing back now. He's coming back strong.
Yeah, he's only 2 Tetrises down, and unfortunately for him, he is about 10 lines ahead. So, you know, he's not true 2 Tetrises up. I mean, 2 Tetrises down now, maybe a little bit more than that, but his playfield is definitely a lot nicer. So,
he seems to have picked up the pace and getting more comfortable with the situation here.
And look at this. Again, some more unfortunate pieces for Quaid. So this is perfect because Harry now... it's pretty much neck and neck now. It's pretty much a tie game at this point. And yeah, for sure now. Again, he's 114 lines ahead, but their scores are pretty much right next to each other.
Yeah, transition's coming in about 20 or so drops, so they're going to have to make sure that they're ready for that.
Yeah, and it's going to be, once they get to level 19, the speed increases, and it is much harder to control. Like, the difference between... level 18 and 19 is far more drastic than you would expect it to be.
Absolutely.
What kind of score do you want to have when you make that transition into 19? What's a good target?
550, I would say, is good. Being around 500,000 is desirable. So they're pretty much on point with that. They're having good games here.
Yeah, so Harry made the transition at about 450. And okay, he's going to go a little bit aggressively for the Tetris, and it pays off. Boom! Tetris for him.
He's back in the lead now.
Yeah, just like that. So, a little bit of misplacement there, but it shouldn't cost him too badly. He should be able to clean that up.
He's got to play safe to get through this, though.
Yeah, and unfortunately, he's not getting the right pieces. That's the problem right now. So he needs a long piece there. Oh, God, he just got it in there. Ooh.
Yeah, Quaid's got some digging out to do, too. Nothing he can't handle. Starting to get dangerous.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, he got it. Quaid, Tetris.
Nice.
And now we're neck and neck.
Yeah, this is coming right down to the wire here. Once again, Quaid took the first game, so he is up 1-0. If he wins this one, he moves on to the next round in winner's bracket. Harry, he needs to win this one to stay alive on this side. And look at this.
Quaid's playing dangerous.
Yeah, bad pieces for Quaid.
I don't think he's going to be able to dig out. I think Harry's going to take this one, and he does.
And
so now we're 1-1.
That was beautiful right there. So Harry, we saw earlier, going down 100,000 points very, very early on. But you can see how quickly fortunes can turn in NES Tetris, especially because the piece randomization can be particularly brutal in this.
Right, it could be have a huge lead in the beginning like that, over 100,000 points, and then just have it be whittled down, and by the end of it, it's not a lead anymore, and you're forced to clean up and catch up.
All right, so there you go.
Great competition. I mean, these guys are really giving it their all, and this is exactly what we came here to see. So now we're 1-1, and this will determine who goes to the winner's bracket and who will face Vince in the loser's bracket next. So this will be the last round of Quaid versus Harry for the winner's bracket.
All right, this is great stuff so far. Let's get into this third and final game. It's Quaid versus Harry. Former champion in Harry and a former second place in Quaid. Let's go.
All right.
Yeah, and of course, you know, if you're starting out, it's always going to be pretty clean. It's going to be very straightforward. And Quaid pretty much has himself set up for a Tetris now. But getting some unfortunate pieces. He's got a lot of Z and S pieces, which is never fun.
And boom, Tetris for Quaid.
Yeah,
and we're neck and neck.
Yeah. There's the long piece for Harry. He's going to get that, and he's going to... Oh, no, he's one block away from getting a Tetris. Always a frustrating situation, and now he's just waiting for something he can fill into that hole in the middle there, yeah. Okay.
Both players playing very consistently. We're right at the same pace. I mean, this is like mirror image on our left and right side here.
And you saw right there, Harry made an interesting decision. There are those times where you need the long piece to fix a hole in the middle of your playfield or get a Tetris. And you saw that Harry decided to use it and get the Tetris as opposed to trying to play it safe and fill up the hole in the middle. So there's a lot of decision making that you have to make there. And, you know, one method is not correct over the other. They're definitely just dependent on how you play, how comfortable you feel with how you want to approach that.
I think it's interesting that both Quaid and Harry have their wells like offset two pieces.
Oh, you're right. The exact same column too.
Yeah, and it shows, you know, how versatile these players are. You have to adapt to the situation and be able to build that well and capitalize off of it wherever it may be.
All right. Well, Harry does have himself a Tetris ready to go. Doing some cleanup work while he's maintaining that Tetris well. That's always key to do. Oh, okay, so he doesn't have the Tetris set up anymore, but just in time, perfect. And
yeah, that was like Tetris. A 30-piece drought going on for Harry there. Yeah. And Quaid has taken a slight lead here.
But again, as we've seen, even 100,000 points is not that big of a lead.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, if only Harry had put that T-piece the opposite direction, he would have been able to clear out that column already. But he's going to be able to clear it out here. And yeah, he's going to go and try to set up all the way to the right again.
Mm-hmm. And Quaid setting it up on the left, but now he's going to build his well on the right again as well.
Yeah. And again, if people are wondering why people seem to prefer the right over the left, it's just the way the pieces come in, the default natural direction that they rotate. At the highest levels, it's more advantageous to keep the well on the right side.
Well, there's an even number of columns, right? So for the pieces that are even width, they would have to be to one side or the other, right? So they're just biased to the right?
I believe it's the way the long piece rotates. When you have it over to the right, it actually gives you an advantage one position than the left.
It favors the right block. So it favors the third block if you're looking at it as a straight line. So when you rotate it, it shifts it kind of one space already. So it's easier to get the long piece over to the right. Because if you're trying to move it to the left, when you rotate it once, you almost kind of push it back to the right one column. Yeah, and the pieces are biased towards the right side.
But either way, it's more convenient to be at the edge than in the center, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, and this game also has something, they call it like DAS, where when the piece spawns, if you have the control pad held to the left or to the right, it will start off moving in that direction, and you have to have the control pad held in that direction a certain amount of frames before the piece spawns. So that's another strategy and another technique that is absolutely essential to surviving in this version of the game.
And Harry, he just got just the right pieces. He was really taking a risk with the build that he was going for with a lot of, he was trying to preserve that chasm, that hole in the middle, and it did work out for him, but unfortunately he built kind of a double 2-level deep pocket. If you play a lot of Tetris, you learn that those 2-column height holes are always a problem because they can only fill in with L and J pieces, and sometimes they can only fill in for one of those specific pieces depending on how things around the hole are. So you try to avoid those as much as possible. And if you have one, it's usually not too bad because probability means you'll get a piece to fill it up. But once you start getting multiples, what happened with Harry there?
Harry's about to transition, and he's got some cleanup to do. So hopefully he'll be able to clean that off before 4 more lines happen.
Yeah, he's going to be okay, but just not optimal.
One more line to transition. It's okay. Yeah, he'll be okay.
Yeah, he'll be okay, just not as optimal as he would have hoped it
Right.
to be.
And Quaid is actually a bit ahead now in points, and he has yet to transition. So Harry will have to pick up the pace, and there's a lot of holes there. That's a bad setup.
Ooh, this is a bad situation. Okay, that was a perfect piece right there. He's gonna slide that. Yeah. Okay, he's good. He's good right now.
Saved by some good drop.
That's the worst. That's the worst. As soon as you clean yourself out and you feel all good about yourself, and the next piece you place, boom. Unfortunate placement. This is not good.
Oh, I think he wanted one over.
Oh.
Yeah.
No.
That's still doomed for Harry, and Quaid, with already maintaining the lead, has won this matchup. So that will put Quaid against Jonas in the winner's bracket, and Harry versus Vince in the loser's bracket.
Yeah, and again, if you guys are just tuning in, this is a preview of the Classic Tetris World Championships, which is going to be taking place on October 22nd through 23rd. But in a weird way, it's almost kind of like a preview of last year's Tetris Championships, because we're going to get Quaid versus Jonas, who were first and second. Jonas was first last year, Quaid second place.
That's right.
So they're going to be going up against each other in winners finals. And it looks like, so we're going to probably move to Vince and Harry in loser side and play that match out first. Once again, Harry was a former champion.
2014. The only competitor to defeat Jonas in the World Championships.
Oh, so Jonas was second place in 2014 then, right?
Yes.
Got it. Wow. Okay. Great stuff. And of course, Vince, one of the main organizers of Tetris, of the Classic Tetris World Championships. He's been helping organize this, and is pretty much one of the main reasons why we have this event going on coming up soon.
We've been doing this since 2010, and in the last few years, it's been at the Portland Retro Gaming Expo, which is the home of the Tetris World Championships now, excuse me. And it's been a great place for it, and we have it every year in October, and it will be in a couple of weeks, and we'll be streaming that too. If you guys have a chance to check out the movie Ecstasy of Order of the Tetris Masters, you can see the first tournament that we had in 2010, which was held in LA. It's a pretty cool story, and you get to see how it all began.
Yeah, I will be 100% honest. I have not seen it yet. I kept putting it off, and then it disappeared from the link that I had. So from, I think it was the official Vimeo channel. So hopefully I'll be able to get a chance to catch it, in some form.
Yeah,
at some point.
Turned into a pretty cool tradition though, and now we're in our 7th year. So this is our preview for it. Okay, it looks like Harry and Vince are about ready to go.
Yeah, it looks like they're getting ready to play their match against each other. So this is going to be game 1. It's going to stay 2 out of 3 between these two players.
Losers bracket, the winner will go on to fight the loser of the Jonas versus Quaid match.
That's right. And the loser will be eliminated. Again, that was Order of Ecstasy.
Ecstasy of Order.
Ecstasy of... I swapped the order.
All right, the players just shook hands and they're off.
All right. There's a little bit of my dyslexia there. Apologies about that. And yeah, Vince is gonna be able to slide that long piece in the side, get himself set up, and boom, Tetris for both players. Right at the start. Yep.
Nice drama to start it off.
Okay. Interesting placement for Vince. I thought the long piece might have done better for him on the right side, but he still manages to get that Tetris. And he set up that long hole on the very right side. You can see there he needs a Tetris block in order to fill it up, but if he doesn't get it, then he's just going to have to do some cleanup like he's doing right now. Of course, I always call the long piece the Tetris block because that's the block that gets you the Tetris, but it's the I piece. And Vince is, oh man, not a good start for Vince.
Oh man, that's gonna be a quick death there. And just like that.
Yeah, and so, I see some people asking in the chat, so you can make many lines and have a very low score. Yeah, if you score 4 lines at a time, you get an order of magnitude higher total for those 4 lines than you would get if you cleared 4 single lines. So you always want to try to get the Tetris. They call that a Tetris when you score all 4 lines at once. So that is definitely something that you want to do. That will give you way, way more points than if you are just cleaning the lines 1 by 1 or even 2 by 2.
Okay, we're ready to start. So we're going to start the second round. Harry is up 1. Vince has to win this round in order to stay in it.
Yeah. And again, look, we saw Vince do really, really well during the exhibition, during the max out portion of this. And I just feel like he's just a little bit nervous right now. And if you haven't played on a stream before, like, it's weird. It's different. Like playing on a stream versus when just playing, by yourself at home. It can get you. Just that thought that people are watching creeps in your head, and it can cause some errors. But a decent start for Vince right now. He just needs to remain calm and, just play very solid Tetris.
He looks relaxed. We're seeing a feed of a camera in the room there, and he looks quite relaxed. But it's really hard to tell just looking at a person's face how they're really thinking.
Yeah, you can never let them see you bleed.
Well, versus his opponent, who's just a complete poker face. You can't tell at all what's going
right.
through.
Right. Yeah. I mean, Harry's always been sort of a stone wall of emotion. I mean, usually when he's playing in competition, he's got headphones on, and we can't even tell if he's paying attention to the pace of the other player or if he's just playing as best as he can without altering his strategy based on anything that's going on around him.
Well, unfortunately, Vince, once again, kind of in a bad situation here. If he can clean this up, he should be able to, as long as he can get a long piece now. And
Harry has a huge lead, though.
Yeah. And just in case of you guys, when you look at the bottom left and the bottom right, you can see the long piece count. Right now, Vince is at 8 and Harry is at 16. Every once in a while, you'll see the number turn red, like just now, 13, 14, 15. If they haven't gotten a long piece in a long time, you'll actually start seeing that instead of being a total count becomes a drought counter. So if you see, for example, 15, that means he hasn't gotten a long piece in 15 turns. And that can definitely affect a lot of the players. All right. Yeah, a little bit of unfortunate RNG for Vince so far, but he's going to be able to clean himself up. But like you said, he's 5 Tetrises behind. So he has a lot of work to go. But we saw between Quaid and Harry earlier, I believe it was Harry who got the lead. And Quaid ended up taking it anyway. Well, it was one direction or the other.
It's about 100,000 difference, and then it went all the way back.
So Vince definitely not out of this yet. Okay, unfortunate pieces right there for Vince.
But yeah, Harry does have about double the long pieces in his piece set.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you're right.
Might have played a role. Just a little.
Yeah,
you can only make as many Tetrises as you get long pieces.
Exactly. And I mentioned earlier, that maybe, 5 or 6 long piece advantage isn't too significant, but once you get to about like a 10 piece advantage, then you know that the Tetris gods are not being kind to you. So Vince being down by over 10 pieces, for sure he has had some bad luck with piece draw so far.
Yeah, sometimes the best players just have to remain consistent and just play good regardless, and that's what we see. That's why a player like Jonas, who is extremely consistent, ends up winning the tournament, because even if you get a bad draw of pieces, and you can continue playing and wait it out until good pieces do come, and as long as you can score consistently above 600,000 to 700,000 points, then you've got a pretty good chance of winning a tournament.
Right. And just right then, oh no, a bad slide for Vince. He tried to change his mind at the last second, but it was a really unfortunate situation. I think that's 3 times now. He had a nice well that he could have filled up, and then he was like, you know what, I need to do some cleaning. So he risked cleaning and covered up one of the wells, and then he got 2 long pieces in a row, and it was covered up right at that moment. So very unfortunate timing for Vince. But he does work his way out. Like I said, at level 18, it's actually usually pretty standard that most players are going to get themselves cleaned up out of any particular situations at level 18.
And that's just because they want a nice clean board when we switch over to 19 where the speed goes up?
Yeah, well, the 18 is just not technically fast enough for it to basically, for the pieces to come so fast that you're not sure where to put them in good positions. So most people can stay alive in 18 pretty significantly. And yeah, they definitely want to keep it as clean as possible before they get to level 19.
Yeah, transition is happening for Harry in 7 lines.
Oh wow, Vince is very far behind in lines right now. All right, there it is. So 2 more lines, he's gonna get the transition. Not the cleanest of boards for Harry, but there it is. You can see the speed up pretty significant. Nice rotation on that T block.
Still maintaining about 100,000 point lead. So Vince has a lot of work ahead of him.
Yeah, Harry has had some just beautiful block placement recently. Been watching some sorts of things. You know, as you watch this, your brain, at least my brain when I watch, because I play a lot of Tetris, is like, he should put it here, he should put it there. And then you see him put it somewhere where you weren't expecting it, and it's genius. You're just like, oh, okay, that was beautiful. Here we go. So Harry now.
That's transitioned.
Yeah. And I think Harry, looks like he's just trying to play it fairly safe right now, not going for anything too crazy. Just clearing out single lines right now.
Vince covered up a pretty critical place on his board. He's doing a pretty good job of clearing it off, but being up that high at that level.
Oh no! He couldn't
That's
get
the end.
Yeah. He couldn't.
And Harry takes it. And we have our first elimination. Harry goes on, and he will play the loser of the next match, which will be Jonas versus Quaid.
All right. So this is a rematch of last year's Classic Tetris World Championship Grand Finals. Do you remember what the score was by any chance between the 2 players?
For Jonas and Quaid, Jonas was up almost. He was up 3 games, and I think Quaid came back on 1 game, and then Jonas won the last one.
Okay.
So it was almost a sweep, but it wasn't. And actually, Quaid coming back to make it not a sweep was an amazing thing just to watch. It was a very valiant attempt, and that's part of what was highlighted in the short film that came up that has
nice.
Quaid in it.
Okay. Awesome stuff. But yeah, these guys are the 2 players who played in grand finals last year. So, I mean, it could even very well be a preview of who might be in grand finals this year. As you can see, these 2 guys are very, very strong.
Yeah, if you watch the Classic Tetris World Championships YouTube channel, there you can see that short film, Tetris Masters versus Quaid, and you can see how that played out last year. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, and I apologize ahead of time that, I don't know this information, but do you know where they're from? Like, are they all based in LA, or do you know what state they live in?
Jonas is California,
Okay.
Southern California. I think it's one of the beach cities around.
Okay.
Can't remember exactly which one it was.
Okay, but he's
somewhere in the LA area.
He's SoCal. Okay, cool.
And actually, to be honest, I'm not sure if I asked where Quaid came from.
Okay. Well, it looks like
Quaid's from Lomita.
Okay, so he's from
Everyone,
SoCal, so-
yeah, everyone from here is Southern California.
Oh, nice. Good stuff. And shout outs once again to everybody who has joined here on the stream. Thank you guys for tuning in and watching this. We are thrilled to have you guys here to watch some awesome Tetris action.
Yeah, we love GamesDoneQuick, and we love the chat. So yeah, thanks for coming in, dropping by, checking us out. We're very happy to be partnered with GamesDoneQuick for this, and hope that we can do these events more in the future.
Yeah, and any subscription that takes place during this broadcast will benefit the Prevent Cancer Foundation, the same organization that GamesDoneQuick always donates to. And of course, GamesDoneQuick has been donating like over millions of dollars and from their last few events, so they're always doing a great cause, as well as giving us some awesome gaming to watch from some of the most talented players from around the world for every genre of game.
Okay, it looks like our players are ready to go.
Okay, so this one is going to be winners finals, Quaid versus Jonas, a rematch from last year's grand finals.
And it looks like whoever wins this will remain in the losers bracket, and the loser will face Harry Hong. So we'll see how this plays out.
Again, both players probably going to start pretty straightforward. Not expecting to see anything too crazy at the beginning. Usually at the start you have very good control of, the board, the situation. So yeah, both of them right now with good set. Well, Jonas has that hole on the bottom of the screen.
Just gotta tuck it. Yep.
Yeah, but not a actual problematic hole in there. So now he's just waiting for an L piece. Okay, now he's gonna need a long piece. That was cute that Jonas did there. Built himself a nice little hut so that he can tuck the square block into. And now
Jonas is actually really great master at piece manipulation. If you see like something like an overhang, Jonas actually knows how to rotate the piece in mid-fall so that it'll clear a line in places that you wouldn't normally expect.
Right.
So if we see that happen, I'll definitely be sure to draw attention to that.
All right, so boom, Tetris for Jonas. You can see, yeah, Jonas, so he built out a little overhang, so he's going to be able to slide the T-piece in there just like that, yeah. And he built another one. Oh, okay.
There it is. I'm not sure if Jonas is listening to me, but that's exactly what I was talking about. You spin that L piece looking like you can't do it, but if you actually rotate the piece at the right place at the right time, you could do a line clear where in a normal situation you would not normally be able to.
Yeah, and right now Jonas and Quaid both neck and neck. You can see right now only a 600-point difference between the two players. Okay, now Jonas with the Tetris lead, but that's going away right now. So again, 600-point lead between these two guys. They are. This just shows you how little of a gap there is between these two players. Both of them so good. Oh yeah, see, I love that. You see how Jonas is able to adjust based off of the next piece so well. The place that he placed that J block was a terrible place to place it, except he saw that his next piece was a long piece. So he was able to put it all the way off to the side, create a perfect slot for the long piece. And yeah, so just great piece manipulation for Jonas. Yeah,
the whole thing that you notice is that Jonas has a huge palette of options that other players just don't have, and that's a huge advantage. He just knows what can go where, and if the next piece, even if it's not the ideal piece, he can set it up so that the widest possible positions are available for what's coming next.
All right, so yeah, Quaid's gonna have to cover that one up in there, and he's got himself an awkward hole on the right, but that's the perfect piece right there, that L block that he needed, and now he's gonna be a square. And yeah, okay, so Quaid is in a great position. Jonas about 1 Tetris ahead. You can see they're about equal on line count. So now he's 2 Tetrises ahead. And looks like they're really equal on the number of eyepieces they've gotten as well. So no real disparity between these two. So right now, and with the equal number of lines, we can definitely say Jonas has a solid 1 Tetris lead above Quaid right now.
Yeah, it's about 2 now. The gap's widening just a little bit. The play field's a little bit in Jonas's favor. So,
but again, a 2 Tetris lead is basically amounts to nothing.
It can change in an instant.
Yeah, at this point, at this stage in the game, it's still very, very early on. So Quaid right now trying to figure out where he wants to build the well again. He needs to build a well, and it looks like he's going to do it right there on the 3rd column. And you can see right there, yeah, so the nice thing about when you have a flat double column on the side like that, it basically takes away the square block because there's always a place to place the square block. And weirdly enough, the square block can be one of the ones that can mess you up the most when it comes at the wrong time. All right. Okay.
Jonas playing it safe.
Okay, so it looks like the Quaid is again trying to figure out how to transition a well to where he wants it to. So now he's got it in column 4. But unfortunately, the pieces that he's getting are not working out for him. But never mind. Actually, boom, there's a Tetris for him.
Yeah, and Quaid hasn't really had a consistent well position this entire game.
And okay, so he is going for the center well still. Okay. Yeah, it was interesting. He had a chance to clear out that center well and shift it to the left, but I think he knows he's behind, so he kept the well in the center because he was playing a little bit of aggressive. He's trying to catch up right now, but unfortunately, once again, the RNG of the piece is not doing him any favors right now.
Yeah, this one's a bit tough for him because the rhythm, he hasn't been too consistent in the well positioning, but he has been doing okay and dealing with it. It's just that he has to burn off a few singles every once in a while, which allows Jonas to widen his advantage. And Jonas has transitioned to level 19 with a pretty sizable point lead.
Yeah, Quaid is going to transition and not transition in a nice place. This is going to be a little bit tough.
He's going to have to start dialing it back and getting some singles to keep that low.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's opening it up.
Okay. Yeah, he's going to be able to clean this up if he gets, a standard distribution of pieces. But meanwhile, Jonas he's just looking great right now. He is in such a good shape. He's at 600,000 at 21. He maxed out during the max out phase. He could very well do it again.
Yeah, it's looking like it's a maxed out pace, and his board's pretty clean.
Oh, and he gets another Tetris. Oh, wow. And again, as we mentioned earlier, as you said, only 26 recorded max outs of players. 26 people have managed to max out in this game, and we may see 2 of them in one night from Jonas.
That's curtains for Quaid. But we'll let's let Jonas go for a bit more to see if he can max out.
Right.
Because this shouldn't take too much longer if he does. He's already on level 23.
Okay. Oh, wow. He got it all the way over there. Wow. Okay. Yeah, some unfortunate, but he's going to get a Tetris here.
Climbs down to Tetris. Okay, so
beautiful.
Coming up on 700,000 points.
Just needed that J piece. Oh,
yeah, the positioning. Yeah, it's a great playfield right now.
Yeah, he's been getting some good pieces. Okay, not going to quite get a Tetris there. Yeah, so he's going to fill that out because it's one of the easiest ways to clear.
And here it is.
Wow. Jonas. This man is ridiculous.
It's part of why he's won 5 times.
Yeah.
Amazing consistency, versatility in situations.
Another
just the total
Tetris.
package.
And yeah, look at this playfield. Look how clean this is. It's all the way to the bottom. And he's at level 26. And he is on a great pace. Oh, but some bad pieces now. He wants a square. Okay, so he's going to slide that in there. Yeah, he's got to fix himself, so he's going to be able to get that in there. Yeah. Oh, look at this. Look at this cleanup from him. Oh, this is ridiculous. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, no. Okay, a little bit of a misstep there from Jonas. Might ruin his chances of getting that max out, but he's still in there. He's still alive.
Nice. He cleared it up.
Oh, my.
Oh, wow.
Boom, the Tetris. This is nuts. Oh, perfect. Perfect. He needed
the kind of consistency. He's going to do another one. Is he going to give it to him? Or the Tetris god's going to smile? Yes, they are. Boom, Tetris. Almost 900,000 points. We're a few Tetrises away from max out here.
Yeah, he did have that one misplace there, but he should be okay. Oh, he is trying to find the
I think he was trying to play aggressive and hope for 2 long bars in a row, but it didn't quite play out that way. That was a great score, though, and what a treat to watch.
Oh, man, great stuff. Yeah, 898,601 in a high-pressure situation means nothing to Jonas, and showing why he is considered probably the world's greatest at NES Tetris right now. All right. So they're going to be ready for their next game. This is going to be game 2 with Jonas leading up 1-0 over Quaid. So they're going to give them the countdown and they're going to start. Let's see what Quaid can do this time. Wow. Thanks, says Quaid. Thanks for giving me 3 long pieces at the very beginning. Oh, man. All right, but Quaid's going to get himself a Tetris. And again, neck and neck, as we mentioned before, very early on. It's going to be pretty standard play.
Yeah, now what happened in the last game is that Quaid didn't really have a good pace setup. He was always moving his Tetris well position left and right, and he never got it set up to where it looks like now, nice and clean with a well set up on the right. So hopefully he can maintain this and get the kind of pace that Jonas did.
Yeah. I mean, he has one of those unfortunate situations where he has the 2-block deep holes. And as I mentioned, those are a problem. Like if you have one of them, it's okay. As soon as you get 2 of them, that's when problems start, because you have to rely on getting the L or the J pieces. And if they don't come in quick succession, you're going to end up in the situation that Quaid is in right now. So he's going to be doing a lot of cleanup, as you can see. So again, okay, wait, what happened to Jonas?
Yeah, I missed it. Did something happen to the?
I was looking at Quaid's screen.
No, he's still playing. But I think the Jonas.
Jonas actually lost that one. Oh, okay, he did lose that.
But
wow.
Yeah,
okay.
Quaid has a few more 1,000 points to go to officially take the round. So
okay.
A couple Tetrises ought to, or even just one would probably do it.
Okay, that's totally my. I mean, look, when you're a Tetris player and you start watching one person's screen, you get mesmerized by it. It's like a hypnosis kind of thing, and so
Quaid took the round. So yeah, now we're 1-1, and that was an unexpected outcome from that.
Yeah.
And wow, it totally slipped my mind too. I was just wait, did something just happen to Jonas? And
both of us were like so invested in Quaid, like let's see if he can get out of this hole, and then Jonas is like, oops. All right, well there you go. It's gonna be 1-1, so they're ready to go. And yeah, I even see some people in the chat like, was anyone watching Jonas?
The chat says he didn't get any long pieces.
Oh, okay, yeah. There you go.
Thanks, chat.
Awesome. Well, they're going to be ready for game 3, so that's why we do 2 out of 3, because sometimes the RNG is going to come and get you. So they're ready for game 3. Let's go.
All right.
I'm going to do a better job here looking back and forth.
Well, the thing is, no one ever expects that to happen to Jonas.
Right?
So, right.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Jonas is... Oh wow! Didn't cover up that whole gap on the right side for Jonas, but he's gonna be fine. And gets 3 J pieces in a row. Yeah, that's kind of a frustrating situation to deal with. So Jonas is doing okay. He just hasn't really had a chance to get any Tetrises yet. But
there's one.
Yeah, he gets his first one. And Quaid, of course, his playfield is looking pretty good right now.
Pretty good. He's actually playing his playfield's the cleanest I've seen, like all tournaments. So.
Yeah, and he's gonna get a Tetris there, boom, and he's at 1 Tetris lead. As you can see, they're pretty much equal in lines, and that was because Jonas had a slight unfortunate start, so he had to do a little bit of cleanup. But he's right back in it now.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty much neck and neck.
Yeah. Oh, God. See, again, Jonas just did it right there. He had the square block. He was going to put it down in the middle of the field, which was the right place to put it. But he saw what his next block was, and so he immediately shifted the square block over to just the right spot because that long piece was coming. So beautiful stuff from Jonas.
And yeah, we're definitely neck and neck. I think I saw a 7-point differential for a second there. I don't see that often. Oh, and there's a awesome L rotation to do a line clear.
Okay, yeah.
Always love seeing that.
Yeah, it's kind of like where the thrill of those T-spins kind of come in, but more of it like because you figured out the game rules, not because they just programmed it so you could do it. So it's always really cool to see those kind of rotations into the right spot.
Yeah, they're tough to find because they're a bit risky, and if you try spinning pieces and you don't know exactly what's going to happen to them when you do it, then you could end up in a situation where you block up your channel or just pile up to the top. So, exactly. But Jonas knows all those positions and situations probably better than any other player I've seen. So, gives him a much wider variety of attacks and ways to deal with it.
And right now it looks like Jonas is still about 1 Tetris behind, like a little over 1 Tetris behind, but right there you can see he just caught up. So they're pretty much neck and neck at this point. But Quaid has a nice play field, so he technically is still 1 Tetris ahead, just like that.
Yep, catching up too. And he's had significantly less long pieces too. He had a pretty big drought earlier, but I think it's making up for it now. If such a thing is possible. Sometimes I think my NES is apologizing to me when it gives me bad pieces, and it gives me a lot of good ones. Or it's trolling me if it gives me too many in the beginning when I don't need them.
Exactly. I think every Tetris player who played Nintendo Tetris has imagined their console talking to them and laughing at them or something like that just because of the piece distribution. We've all done it. All right, so it looks like Quaid now with a 2 Tetris
Quaid's
lead.
maintaining his lead. Yeah, it's he's doing great this time. Just playing very consistently and no problems with well placement like last time. So he's on pace to max out and also to maybe take the round.
Yeah, in this stage of the competition, if you max out, you pretty much just automatically win that round, right? Whoever max out first, or can you tie it if you both max out?
Yeah, actually, if both players max out, I think we go by who does it first.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be crazy if there was ever. There's gonna be one day where all of a sudden, one day there's gonna be a crazy situation where we're gonna get a tie score between 2 players. It's gonna happen one day, and it'll be the most hyped thing ever. Right. Yeah, so a little bit of cleanup work now for Quaid. You can see right there, unfortunate positioning of the wells there, so he's going to try to rebuild that there with the J piece. There you go.
Yeah, it's looking good again, nice and clean. And he's still got a point lead, and he's still a few drops behind Jonas, so this is going to be a good fight.
Yeah, but Jonas is caught up pretty decently, but yeah, so you can see right there, he's still only 1 Tetris behind.
Mm-hmm.
So he's in a good position, but some unfortunate RNG for him right there. You can see the Z pieces piling up on the edge, but he's going to be able to fix it. Oh, actually, he goes for the line clear instead. That was beautiful. Good stuff. Because sometimes, you want to just clear it that way instead of trying to slide pieces under there, just because it gives you a nicer play field as well.
Quaid, has gotten some bad RNG there, and he has to dig himself out a bit. Okay, looks like he's almost out.
Yeah, but he's not going to place that the S piece in there because it would end up covering the hole again. He was hoping to get a T block or maybe a long piece or something like that. Oh,
Jonas has transitioned. Yeah, he's relying on the long piece a bit there, and it's not giving it to him. Oh, and it finally came, but it was too late.
Yeah, he kind of went too hard and hoping for that long piece to show up, and it didn't happen.
Tough place to transition too.
Yeah, if he doesn't get that, I don't think that he can get himself out of this situation. And because of that, Jonas was able to just keep getting Tetrises.
And Jonas takes it.
Yeah. Ooh, good stuff. Jonas is going to take that, and pretty far away, obviously, from maxing out. So I don't know if he's going to keep playing or if he's going to...
Well, it's right on the line. It's like, okay, I guess we're going to move on, I guess. Quaid will face Harry for the number 3 position, or the 3rd place spot. Winner will go on to face Jonas.
I'm really curious. I mean, I wonder if anyone knows where Quaid got his nickname from, because every time I see Quaid, I always think of Total Recall.
I think a lot of people do. And I think the first time he showed up, we all thought it was that.
The Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. Ha ha ha! You think this is the real Quaid? It is. Oh, I love that movie. Oh man! All right, so Jonas is now in grand finals. He is taking it over Quaid in winners finals, and so now we're going to go to losers finals, where Quaid and Harry are going to rematch each other. You saw that they played each other in the very first round. Right there in the middle on the left, and Quaid came out on top of that, but they were very close matches. It was 2-1. So let's see how it's going to go this time.
Yeah, it could go either way. I mean, Quaid's probably warmed up from just playing Jonas, so
yeah, exactly. And of course, but here's the thing, right? Quaid just got sent to this match by losing. Harry got here by winning. So spirits could be different positions. So it'll be interesting.
You make a great point.
So let's see how they react to this.
Okay, looks like we're ready to start. Nope.
All right.
I think they're still getting themselves situated.
Yeah, it looks like it is going to be Quaid on the left, Harry on the right. Once again, shout outs to Trey for building this beautiful interface. Not only does it analyze the numbers and the blocks and count everything on the fly, it is formatable. You can make it so there's 4 fields, 2 fields, and redraws everything in HD. That's why we are seeing NES Tetris so clear and clean on your stream.
And looks like we're off. And
Quaid with kind of a bad start. He kind of put himself in a position where he needed long pieces, needed a couple of long pieces to get a stable playing field. He's managed to clean it up a little bit, but obviously those little starts like that can put you in a slight deficit, but nothing too significant.
yeah, and we're neck and neck early on.
Yeah,
Quaid trying to get back a more consistent play field. Harry's is spot on with well on the right.
Yeah, Harry's looking good right now, getting good pieces. Yep, and there it is. Boom, Tetris for him. So he's going to be basically 1 Tetris up, 2 Tetris. 2 Tetrises up now with basically an empty playing field. So Harry, great positioning. And that is another one of my favorites right there, when you make the perfect box for the square piece to fall into.
Yeah, it's just about as satisfying as the Tetris itself.
Yeah.
sometimes. Yeah.
Tetris is, look, I'm just going to say that Tetris is the OCD's best game possible. You know, an OCD person just loves this game. I am as about as OCD as it gets. And so I think that's probably why I like this game so much.
It's a very hard game to put down, too. It's
Yeah.
like once you're in the groove, you just kind of don't want to stop.
Yep. Like sometimes I mentioned before, I play this on the plane when I travel. And sometimes like the plane will like be taxing for us to get out, and I'm just still playing. Oh man. All right, well, Harry's got himself a pretty clean playfield, although he really needs that J piece. That J piece has not been coming at all. Okay, finally gets the J piece so that he can cover up that small little hole there in the middle. All right.
Yeah, Quaid's still moving his well back and forth.
Yeah, it's really interesting. It's kind of doing it a little wishy-washy. So we've talked about having the well being on column 3 is playable. Having the well on column 2 or 9 is terrible. Like, you cannot do anything because the only way to fill up column 1 and column 10 is with long pieces.
Yep.
Yeah, and you need those.
Them, yeah.
Right, and you need those for the Tetrises. So that is like the worst possible place to have the well be. So,
okay, Quaid did well. He set it up on his left, and bam, Tetris. Okay, he's back in business, and we're going to see some Tetris production now.
Yeah, and he's really only about
But 2 Tetrises behind, but his board situation's in a better place than Harry's is right now.
Yeah.
Okay, he's starting to catch up. He's now
Harry
1 away.
Yeah, Harry
and
needs
he
those
built his well
long
on the
pieces.
right.
Harry needs those long pieces. You can see he has a 19 drought.
With a couple of them.
Okay, finally got one. Perfect square right there. So he's going to get that in there, and the T piece is going to open up the well. Beautiful. Okay, so Harry's back in business.
Yeah, Harry's back in business, and now Quaid is on the cleanup end of things. Okay, he's open again and ready for a Tetris.
Yeah, he needs a J
And there
piece.
it is. Boom, Tetris for Quaid, and Harry just made one as well. Harry maintaining his lead. He's about 2 Tetrises up.
All right. Oh, beautiful stuff for Quaid. He's got a
And they're
cleaner play field now.
Ready to trade back and forth.
Ooh, unfortunate run of J pieces there for when he had no places to place them for Quaid. So now he's back to cleanup mode, unfortunately. So this is giving Harry a big chance to get a much larger lead now.
Yeah, and Harry's playfield's impeccable. All right, he just nailed another one. The gap widens to about 100,000 points. So Quaid's got to have to play more aggressively and make more Tetrises now if he's going to catch up.
Yeah, but again, we saw this between these 2 varied players earlier. One player got the 100,000 point lead, a 5 Tetris lead, still ended up losing. Just from,
Harry just tore through a couple of Tetrises there. So yeah, we're having a wider lead for Harry than just a little while ago.
All right, so
And
Harry,
Quaid's playing a little risky. He was able to make a Tetris out of that though.
yeah, now Harry might even have almost a 6 Tetris lead. It's almost like a 5.5 Tetris lead at this point. So he's in a great position. And yeah, he's got his playing field back mostly clean, and that T block there is going to do it for him. Yeah. 9
lines to transition, so he's going to go in there with max out pace.
Yeah, I mean, this is actually pretty unusual that we see 125 lines versus 107 lines. I don't feel like we normally get that kind of a speed difference. But Quaid is definitely far ahead.
Yeah,
a little behind, I should say.
Harry is historically probably the fastest of Tetris competitor players in terms of getting line clears. I think a lot of the other players don't pull down a lot, whereas Harry does.
Got it. All right, well, Harry has definitely transitioned. He is at level 19, and
Beautiful
boom, Tetris. Yeah. Well, Harry is in great position right now. Look at this nice. Slid that piece a little too early. He thought it was going to touchdown, and he accidentally slid it before it did. So
Quaid's about to transition, and his playfield's looking really good right now.
Yeah, and that one unfortunate placement for Harry is costing him a lot right now because he has to do
he needs to get back down.
Major cleanups.
Quaid's going to transition with a double. He's ready for a Tetris. And he gets a long piece. Boom! Tetris for Quaid.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Lowering the deficit to about 80,000 now.
Yeah, so Harry has just finally gotten it cleared up and gets a Tetris at the same time. So that's a Tetris at level 22. That's going to score him a ton of points.
And Quaid with a very risky Tetris in the middle of the playfield there. Very impressive.
But a nice back-to-back S-Z block combination going to get him cleared out there. Beautiful. Still has it set up for the Tetris. All right. So once again, I mean, look, Quaid can play this with a different strategy. If he just plays this carefully, keeps his playfield clean,
he can see what happens to Harry and adjust based on that.
Exactly.
The lead has actually shrunk. It's now only 60,000.
Oh, and Harry's in a bad position. He needs a long piece now.
It's not going to clear it, though.
Right, because now he needs to get something over there.
He's in trouble.
Yeah, this is what I mean. This is the door opening right now for Harry. For Quaid.
Quaid's only down 2 Tetrises. Quaid can come back here.
Oh, but look at this. Harry almost cleaned it up. Wow.
Yeah, he's doing well in cleaning that up. Triple.
Gets a triple there. Box. Oh, look at this.
And
look at this.
Drilling down. Excellent job by Harry drilling back down there. But Quaid's ready for a Tetris. And there it is. Boom. Tetris for Quaid.
Yeah.
And the deficit's only 1 Tetris now. Quaid is caught up.
So
and
even though
playfield's in a better position.
Yeah, so even though Harry managed to survive, all that cleaning up has cost him that lead. And so here we go. It is neck and neck. Oh, yeah.
Quaid covered up his hole, so yeah, he's going to have to clear a bunch more to be able to score again.
Yeah, but he got a bunch of great pieces there. And he's going to get a Tetris. There it is. Only 1 behind. Ooh.
And Harry is getting ready to hit level 28, so the end is near. And there's only a 1 Tetris difference. Quaid's going to have to really pull out all the stops to...
Quaid's in a bad position right now. Oh, no, actually, no, he's going to be able to clear those out. Wow. Okay, he can still get a Tetris if he really wanted one.
He needs to build it back up. He's almost there.
He needs a piece to fit over there, but it's only squares. Ooh. They've only been giving him squares. Oh, there it is. He's got it. Oh, no, he has 1 hole there.
Oh, man.
Oh. Yeah, okay. So Harry is down.
Can Quaid hang on?
He needs to hang on. Oh, my God. He is on level 27.
Hang on, make 2 Tetris. Oh, that was a tough positioning. Okay, if you can clean that out. Very tough to do at this height.
Oh, no, I think that's it. I think that's it. I don't think he's going to be able to do it now.
Really tough.
Neck and neck.
Oh, that was brutal. Oh, man.
He was in position to do it, but just a few unfortunate piece draws right there. And Harry is going to hang on to that lead despite game overing first. And it looks like Harry stepped up. Maybe take a break or no? Okay. Just needed to stretch. A little. Woo!
Ooh, but that was a close one. That one could have gone either way at the end. The lead had been reduced to only 2 Tetrises. Quaid was in a great position for a while, and just just a combination of RNG and some unfortunate, outcomes there. Had him build up the wall a little bit too high, and he wasn't able to burn it off in order to get the 2 Tetrises he needed. Really, really great matchup there, though. That was very exciting. Ooh.
I know, right?
You guys up there in Streamland enjoying this?
Yeah, I hope everyone's having fun watching this. Great, exciting matches. I think, personally, Tetris has a great spot in the world of esports. I would love to see Tetris become a big thing in esports. It is, one of the...
It's one of the most iconic games out there. It's a game that almost anybody can play, so everybody's familiar with it.
Exactly, and honestly, just the amount of skill and strategy needed for this game is ridiculous, and reactions. It's like the perfect combination of dexterity, finger skills, as well as just pre-planning and understanding how to fit the pieces together, and just a mental preparation, imagining what the playfield will look like every time you put down a new piece. So
okay, it looks like we're ready to go. So this is Quaid versus Harry, round 2. Harry is up 1. Quaid needs to win this to stay in it.
All right, and remember, Quaid was the one who won the last time they met up against each other. So Harry may be able to exact some revenge here. Oh, interesting. He placed the long piece. Harry put the long piece on the left side. He needed it right there on the right, but it's going to cost him a couple of potential Tetrises, so he had to do a couple of burned lines there. But he should be okay. He should be okay. Fortunate. Oh, he's going for the Tetris. Wow, Harry went for the Tetris instead of putting the block right there. Because sometimes you want to clean up your playfield before you get the Tetris, because you can get the Tetris later on, and if you leave your playfield in an unfortunate configuration, it can cost you. They can snowball basically into a lot of really bad configurations, and that's kind of what we're seeing for Harry right now. He hasn't been able to get any Tetrises because his stack has been a little bit awkward.
He's building his wall on the left.
Yeah, okay, so there he goes.
All right, he drilled it back down. Now he's going to move back over to the right.
But you can see he has 28 lines, so he's actually 6 lines ahead, and so that lead technically is not a true lead for him, because right there we're just basically going to be. And tied.
Quaid almost has it back at this point.
Yeah. And
Quaid opting.
Yeah, he has that awkward one Tetris on the 2 column,
and he's sticking with it.
Yeah, it's crazy, and it's working.
it worked. Yeah, it worked out. He's moving it a little bit over to the right, and.
Okay. I'm just going to burn off a couple of those lines there in the middle. Yeah, I think he's going to slowly transition it back over to the left side now, is Quaid. Yeah, I was going to drop that in there. He's just waiting for the chance to get a J piece, but he's been really J piece starved for some reason, and it finally comes, and he's not going to be able to place it where he needed it to go. Yeah, Quaid is getting some really bad RNG right now. This would be one of those situations where I would have probably started raging by this point.
He's filling down. I think he got what he needed.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Well, back over to where he wants it. So yeah, now he can build on the right, or build the well on the right, like Harry is there.
Yep.
Harry's got about a 2 Tetris lead now. Both playfields are extremely clean. So we're going to get to see some back and forth now. Quaid is catching up. Harry fires back.
Yeah, he needs a long piece to place on the right there. There we go. And perfect timing, 2 in a row to be able to get him the Tetris. And so right now you can fill in that 3rd column. Like he could have put, right there. He could have done that a few pieces ago. He looked like he was really pushing to try to get a Tetris to fit in there, and it's going to cost him some clean field right now, as you can see. And he's in a huge drought now. All of a sudden, the T pieces have disappeared on him. There we go. Finally gets one.
Some good versatility there by Quaid, and manages to maintain his well position and score Tetris too.
All right. Harry now doing a little bit of cleanup, but he's also in a good position. You can see he's 10 lines ahead, and so he's about 2 Tetrises ahead. So that's about right. But you can also see Again, another long piece drought for Quaid. He is having some really unfortunate RNG. There we go, finally. And I want you to take
double.
Yeah, take a look at that. 50 to 29 long pieces. That is some terrible RNG there for you. That means the Tetris gods are not smiling upon you. 51 to 30. As I mentioned, a 10-point eyepiece lead is usually significant enough for it to be lopsided. The fact that he's down by almost 20 pieces is crazy.
Quaid's doing extremely well with it too, and there's only a 2 Tetris differential, so he's playing extremely well right now.
Yeah, to be only down by about 3 Tetrises with a 20 Tetris deficit from your opponent, yeah, that is crazy. That's very impressive. All right.
Harry on his way to transitioning about 13 lines from now. Quaid's drop rate is lower, so we'll see that from him quite a bit later. The lead has grown to about 90,000 now, so he'll need about 4 Tetrises to catch up.
All right. Well, Quaid looks like he's finally going to be able to get his playing field cleaned up, and so now he's ready to go back in there. But again, a huge deficit.
Ooh. Harry's playfield's a bit ugly when he transitions.
Oh no!
The misdrops there.
That is.
Harry's gonna have to focus on digging himself out of that. It's not the ideal position. Quaid's gonna be in a better spot when he transitions.
Okay, but you know what? Looks like Harry's gonna dig himself out of there.
Yep, nice and clean again. Just a couple more. Just has to make sure that he doesn't let the situation get out of control and not rely on any one piece to dig him out.
Yeah, unfortunately, he had a few pieces in a row that forced him to cover up the right side. But regardless, look at this. He's out. He's out.
Yeah,
he's
clean.
Out. And has a Tetris all set up ready for him. He's going to risk it by blocking it, but he cleared it just in time.
Tetris for Harry, maintaining the lead at about 40,000 now. Quaid has just transitioned. If Quaid can maintain this pace and keep his playfield clean, he has a chance to catch up, as Harry's few misdrops there caused him to have to clean up the playfield for, I don't know, for about 8 or 9 line clears.
The unfortunate situation for Harry right now is that he needs to clear out that hole right in the middle, but he keeps having to cover it up because of the RNG. And so he's hoping for another long piece, but he's been hitting kind of a drought of long pieces. But if he gets it now, not only would he clear it up, he'd also get a Tetris, but no, he's not going to get a Tetris. It's just going to be a double. There you go.
Quaid slams down to Tetris, and now it's neck and neck. With a drop count taken into consideration, Quaid might actually be ahead.
Yeah, Quaid, even though the score he's behind in terms of the where they are in their play, yeah, I think Quaid has a distinct advantage right now.
Quaid's ahead and nails down a triple.
Okay.
Harry's the whole 2 levels ahead. Wayne bangs down to Tetris, taking the lead. Quaid's playfield's in a good spot though, so he'll probably. Oh, there's a misdrop.
Yeah, and Harry, unfortunate with some droughts of the pieces, that exact pieces that he needed. So he's going to have to do some cleanup there. Perfect. And he has himself a Tetris all set up, but a misplacement of 1 block. So now Harry is in trouble as well. So I think they're both, now it's a race for survival.
I think Quaid's not going to be able to do that.
Oh, yeah.
Harry takes it. And,
there it is. Whew.
We have our top 2. It's going to be Harry versus Jonas, but great performance by Quaid. Quaid really, he had the lead for a second there, and definitely thought that the potential was there for him to take it. So, wow. Okay, well, before we go into our grand final matchup, we're going to take a quick break. And, Quaid and Harry just shook hands. And
it's going to be the previous 2 champions that are going to be going up against each other. So it'll be a rematch of the 2014 Grand Finals, Harry versus Jonas, coming up after this.
Hey guys, and we're back to the Classic Tetris World Championships preview event.
This is going to be grand finals between Jonas and Harry. Now, remember, this is just an exhibition here to give you guys a preview of what's to come up in 2 weeks. The Classic Tetris World Championships is going to be taking place on October 22nd through 23rd in Portland. In Portland, Oregon.
At the Portland Retro Gaming Expo.
Yeah, it's going to be super awesome. Now, of course, really want to do a shout out to Fiesel and to Matt here for having us on the GamesDoneQuick channel for this preview. But when we do get to the championships in 2 weeks, it will be on twitch.tv/ClassicTetris. All one word, no underscores, no spaces, just Classic Tetris. So you definitely want to tune into that. It's going to be just some awesome tournaments all weekend long, and a lot of players are going to go in there. And these players that you're seeing here today, such as Jonas, Harry, and Quaid, three of the strongest players. Obviously, they have finished first and second repeatedly in the last couple of years. I imagine they are going to do very, very well at the event as well. So keep an eye out for these guys.
Yeah, guys, I just noticed in the chat, yes, this is a preview event, so this isn't the actual World Championships, but these are some of the best competitors that we do have in our World Championships. Just streaming and sort of preparing for the main event in 2 weeks, which will take place at the Portland Retro Gaming Expo.
All right, and we are going to get underway here. Again, this is going to be grand finals. Now, keep in mind, this is a double elimination bracket. Jonas is coming from winner's bracket, and Harry is coming from loser's bracket. That means Harry has to win two sets of 2 out of 3. Because essentially he has to send Jonas to the loser's bracket before Jonas can actually lose. So Jonas actually has a little bit of a comfort space here. He can win either the first set or the second set to win. But for Harry to win, he has to win 2 sets in a row.
And we're seeing both players, they're checking their controllers right now. Oh, okay. Looks like we're ready to go.
Okay, so this is the grand finals, ladies and gentlemen. This is the last year's winner and the previous year's winner of the Classic Tetris World Championships going up against each other. Grand finals, Jonas versus Harry. Let's go.
And Harry being the only one to have ever defeated Jonas in the Tetris World Championships in 2014. So these guys are in a very familiar matchup right now. They've fought each other, countless times over the years. It's sort of like a battle of the Tetris Titans, as you will. Jonas just did a very interesting, it was an S-piece rotation, and he did a line clear with it. It's always exciting to see that.
Yeah, so good stuff to him. Yeah,
Harry's off to a quick first lead. Jonas being creative with his line clears.
Yeah, Jonas getting himself back into the position, back into a stable field. Once you play Tetris a lot, you can definitely feel it when your field is stable and when it's unstable. And you want to try to keep it as stable as possible. With that square piece placement for Jonas, his field has re-entered the stable situation. Here we go. But a long piece drought, 15 pieces now without long pieces, is going to cause Jonas some real headaches. Look at this, 22 pieces, no long pieces so far. And so he's had to do a lot of cleanup work.
Boom.
But
Gave to him Tetris for Jonas, and he's back into the lead. And then Harry fires back with his own Tetris.
Yep, 20-piece drought, no problem, says Jonas. He's right back in there.
Harry's up by 2 Tetrises, but Jonas fires back with his own.
Yeah, and they're pretty even on lines right now. Oh, wow. Jonas with a last-second decision to slide that one piece over. I do understand the decision, as you can see. Yeah, he's just cleaned it up, though. And there you go. Yeah, so when you are forced to create a hole, the strategy really is to create the hole in the most, quote, optimal position possible. You have to know how to create holes in such a way that they are very cleanable, that they are a lot more cleanable.
A lot of times Jonas will say that he thinks of piece drops as a combination. So he'll know the cause and the effect before he's even dropped it. And that's a huge advantage in terms of what your options are in tight situations.
Right. And Jonas, though, still, I mean, I feel like Jonas's pieces haven't been as friendly, but he's still in it. He's still managing to stick, you know, to stay competitive, but he is 2 Tetrises down now. And Harry now, just trying to clean up. He's got a kind of that awkward hole you can see in the bottom.
Yeah, and it's sort of a drought of his own. He finally got a long piece, though, and now he's going to clear off some.
Yeah, there's one of my favorite clears right there, where you drop the L or the J piece with the point down, and it clears the top and the bottom line. And Harry is going to build himself up. He's going to build himself a column 3 well. No, he's going to clean it up and get himself back into the right side well.
Jonas has now taken the lead and is now up about 2 Tetrises.
Yeah, so there you go. So it looked like Harry was choosing to try to get his well back on that side. That little cleanup process did cost him, so Jonas now does have the lead. Didn't fill up that hole. Interesting. But Harry's going to set himself up over there on the left side. I mean, on the right side. Still can't get a Tetris, though. He needs that one. He needed the L piece to go over there, but he should be clean now.
Yeah, he's set up now. Both players waiting on that long piece. And boom, Tetris for Harry. Now they're just about 1 Tetris apart.
All
Jonas
right.
buying the lead.
Yeah, but
Good setup for Jonas.
Oh, okay, there we go. So I was about to say there was a little bit. I think Harry was a little bit ahead in lines. You can see he's about 7 lines ahead. Trying to wait for that middle screen Tetris. Can he get a long block? Look at this. They're both in a drought right now. Oh no, he rotated that too early. Oh no, he rotated that one too early, and now that long piece isn't going to help him. He needs another one now.
To get out of this. Yeah, there's a couple of ways out of it, and he did.
Yeah, there it is, right there.
Boom, Tetris for Harry. Another long piece
right.
to get him another one.
Okay, so Harry is in an okay spot, but that square was an unfortunate timing.
He doesn't want to have to maintain this, though. This is tough.
Yeah, and he has a drought again, and the long piece came at the wrong time. This is bad. This is really bad for Harry.
Good. Oh, yeah, he couldn't get it in there.
Oh.
Yeah, once you get out of that situation, you definitely want to like try to burn and get back down, drill back down if you have to, and not rely on the long piece to get you out of that situation. Otherwise, that will happen. But Jonas takes the first round. Harry has to win this one to stay in it. Otherwise, I mean, this is pretty much championship point if Jonas can take this.
And it's always that situation where you're cleaning your field, you finally get it clean, you just need to drop that one more piece and everything is wonderful, and then you rotate it just a frame too early and it all just, you just basically ruin the field right when you're about to clean it up. That's exactly what happened to Harry.
Yeah, it's so tempting to just like try to get 2 Tetrises in a row, but then you fall into the trap where you have to rely on the long piece to survive, and yeah, that can happen.
All right. Well, this could be the last game. This is going to be
championship
game 2.
point possibly, and yes, Harry has to win to stay in it. So let's go, guys. Give these guys a round of applause. We're gonna see the outcome shortly.
Yeah, and these 2 players, again, both of them amazing Tetris players. All these guys are amazing Tetris players. Oops, a little bit of a misplacement for Harry to start. That might be just a little bit of the adrenaline still kicking in after that last match.
Yeah,
So
that was a tough one.
Yeah, so he's going to have to clean this up. But he's building himself a center Tetris. He's building himself a column 6 Tetris. But unfortunately, what he did was he created a situation where he needed too many L and J blocks. He's going to get it cleared out now, but just not as many Tetrises as he was hoping to come out of this with. So you can see right now, even though he's ahead by 6 lines, he's actually down by a Tetris, which means he's probably actually down by 2 Tetrises.
Jonas had a pretty ugly playfield a little while ago, but he's starting to recover from it.
Oh yeah, you're right there. He couldn't get the Tetris out of that. Only got the.
Ooh.
Okay.
He's building some interesting tucks there.
He's doing something cute here.
Yeah, he's being creative.
Oh,
I was like seeing that.
Oh wow, he's going for the Tetris.
Yeah, he's.
Oh,
well,
Jonas isn't. Yeah, Jonas is kind of in a bad situation here. He's going to survive. There's no question about that. But it's just
he'll be okay. But Harry now has the window and the door's open for him to catch up.
Yeah, they're tied in lines now, and there you go. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so they are now officially pretty much neck and neck. Similar line count, similar Tetris, similar scores. right. So
Harry building it back up.
Yeah.
And he's in a good position to maintain this lead if he can keep it up.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah, that T-piece. Sometimes you get just the right piece that you needed, and it's
Nice.
it's so good.
Harry firing in a Tetris and expanding the lead. Jonas is waiting for a few pieces to be able to score back. And he's in position now, waiting for the long piece. While Harry fires another Tetris, lengthening the lead to 2 Tetrises, and Jonas finally gets his long piece. Boom! Now 1 Tetris behind.
Yeah, Harry's going to need to throw a piece there on the right side just to cover that. Yep. Oh, I thought he was going to put the T-block over there. Unfortunately, it's still not clean.
He put himself into a position where he had to use doubles and singles to build his Tetris wall back up. It's doing okay now, though. Nice and clean. Ready for Tetris. Boom.
And now Jonas in the position where he needs 2 long pieces, and yeah, there it is right there. He gets that. Oh, yeah. Oh, that was such a beautiful setup from Jonas. Wow, that was beautiful.
Neck and neck, back and forth. Now Jonas is in the lead.
Yeah, Jonas.
Remember, folks, Harry has to win this one to stay in it.
That's right.
It's for survival.
And Jonas's playfield looks beautiful. Harry with an unfortunate column 9 well, so he's going to move it now over there. Yeah, so he's got it at column 10 now, so he's in good position. But he needs some of those Z pieces, or at least a T piece. Oh no, that's going to work out for him. Beautiful placement by Harry to even out the playing field and to clean the field. And it's one of the reasons why I like having it so that you don't get more points for back-to-back Tetrises, because then you can play smart cleanup, you know, and not have it affect your score as badly. So here we go, Harry now trying to get himself back in there. He's got a beautiful playfield.
He's a bit ahead on pace, so he's got a bit of work to catch up, but he's doing a beautiful job of it. Jonas playing super consistent. His playfield's like just perfect right now, but might end up close once the transition happens. About 30 lines away from it now. Ooh, Harry's got some ugliness going on there.
Yeah, he had some unfortunate placements, you know, and so he's going to have to slide that in there. Beautiful stuff.
Nice.
So, yeah,
that was what he needed.
He's going to fix a lot of it there. Yeah, that T piece is going to go to the side, and then he just needs that L piece. There it is. Oh no, but he places the L piece over there. Oh wow. Okay, so he was doing that because he wanted to go for the Tetris. It's not going to happen though for him.
He's planning ahead. He was trying to use those long pieces to clear out his middle. Which is starting to rely too much on long pieces.
Oh,
he
no!
Covered it up again.
Yeah, just at the wrong timing, but you know what? He's going to be okay. There we go. And yeah, so he's going to ignore the bottom line. He's, I mean, literally that the bottom line. He's building on top of it to try to get Tetrises on the side. So yeah,
looks like it might work out. Then there you go. Boom, Tetris.
Yep.
Reducing the deficit by about 2 Tetrises. So.
And is able to expose that hole that was on the bottom line, so there you go.
And we're about to transition here on Harry's side. One more Tetris will probably send him over. He's going to go for a single, and that will transition him.
Yeah, and I think you said this earlier, right? Harry is he's such a fast player. He's always like so many lines ahead of everybody. It's really interesting. You can see the speed difference between the 2 players.
Right, if you were ever in a situation where speed were a factor, then Harry would actually have an advantage.
Right.
If everybody could max out and there were a contest to max out first, it would probably be Harry.
Right. All right. Well, Harry is kind of in an unfortunate situation. He doesn't have a bad playing field, but he hasn't had one that's good enough that has been able to warrant him some Tetrises. He finally had.
The lead is like widening. It was up to about 100,000 points at one point for Jonas.
Yeah. Yeah, beautiful upside down placement of that J block, and he's going to give himself another Tetris. So he is 5 Tetrises ahead. Oh, I love that last second rotation of the T piece. Perfect for that Z piece to slide right in there, and he gets another Tetris. He is 6 Tetrises ahead of Harry. Remember,
and on max out pace.
Yeah, and if Jonas wins this game, that's it. He is your exhibition champion. And he is at a great position. Look how clean this playfield is right now. Okay, a little bit of bad luck there, but yeah, he is another Tetris.
Harry's playing excellent too, though. His playfield's nice and clean. He just scored another Tetris. I think he misdropped there, though. He's going to need a couple of long pieces to get out of that.
Yeah, but you can't really rely on it. I would start trying to fill in
it's
some
playing
of those.
too risky right now.
Yeah, you can't wait for it sometimes. There, okay, so he's got some good pieces now, yeah.
Starting to drill back down, good. If he wants to stay in this, then that's his only hope. Although Jonas is really just maximizing everything he can. He's ready to do another Tetris.
Okay. I mean, Harry might be able to survive
Big
this.
drought for Jonas. Jonas isn't going to survive that. Okay, so Harry is still alive, but Jonas has a sizable lead at 80,000 points. So if Harry wants to stay in it, he has to play well and play aggressively, and he has to stay alive and Tetris.
Right, because even if he just gets single lines all day like this, and he gets to level 29, that's it, right? I mean, you can't survive level 29, right?
25 is doable, but he can't just do it on singles alone. So this is going to be very close, but Harry can survive this.
Oh my god. What is going to happen here? Can Harry do this? He set himself a Tetris, and he's going to get the long piece.
Yes,
okay.
Tetris. Boom. 2 more Tetrises.
Okay, just going to play it a little bit safe. Oh, thanks for all the long pieces right now, says Harry. Oh, yeah, he's trying to play it safe, but now he's at level 27. Again, if he builds this up too high, too fast.
He bailed.
Yeah.
He's going to have to settle for some doubles. But if he could stay alive and make it to 28 and still make 2 Tetrises, then he'll be good.
Oh my god, okay.
Good playfield. He's ready.
Oh, he didn't place a square on the right. I'm surprised.
He's building the wall back up.
Okay, there we go.
Some good drops would definitely...
Oh, this is tough. This is tough situation. Can he get it over there? He did it! He did it!
Ooh.
There it is!
He did it! Harry did it!
Harry
stays alive.
Game 2, there it is. As I see everybody,
performance.
As I see everybody saying in the chat over there, "You're a wizard, Harry." Great
Definitely
job.
clutch. Great job, guys. Great.
At level 28, too.
That's what it takes to survive at this level of competition. And even Jonas with that huge, sizable lead. If you top out, then your opponent can take advantage of it, and they can throttle it. They can take less risks, put themselves into a position where they could come back, and that's exactly what Harry did.
Yeah, great job. And once again, this is a preview of what you guys can expect 2 weeks when this is just an exhibition between 4 players, but when we get the full field of killer players, it's going to be taking place at the Retro Gaming Expo. You guys can check out information about the expo at basically http retrogamingexpo.com. Again, all one word, that's retrogamingexpo.com. Discounted advance tickets are still available, so definitely check it out. That's going to be the Portland Retro Gaming Expo, and that is where the Classic Tetris World Championships is going to take place.
Yeah, it's an amazing event. It's one of the most affordable gaming conventions you could ever go to. I've been there since, I think, 2012, and I would not ever want to go to it. It's an amazing event if you love retro games. If you love playing arcade games, they have a retrocade set up with all kinds of arcade games and console games set up for you to play. A huge dealer hall with lots of vendors and craftsmen. You could buy pixel art and stuff there. You could buy classic games. I've noticed that the prices are actually better than other shows. So I love going there, and I recommend it. If you're going to go to a video game convention, it's a great first one to go to, whether or not you're in the area or not.
Yeah, and for me, it's all about retro games, dude. I'd be super excited to check out a lot of the retro games because you said they had a retro arcade there.
Yeah, they have old arcade games. They've got some good pieces. They have at one year they had a Dance Dance Revolution machine. They have Street Fighter machines.
Nice.
A lot of the classic stuff. Joust and the Pac-Mans and things from the 80s and all that stuff. And they have tons of consoles from every generation. I mean, it's one of the few places you can go to play old 2600 games, and they even have some homebrew stuff that's new games that are developed for those older systems. So that's a great place just to see the whole scene. They have a lot of famous YouTubers will come in and have panels, and game developers Intic Creates is going to be there this year. My game's going to be there this year.
Nice. Well, we're here, and this is going to be. So remember, guys, this is the first set. So if Harry wins this, he only sends Jonas to the loser's bracket. He needs to win 2 sets. If Jonas wins this, he is the champion of this exhibition. Let's get to game 3. Here we go. Jonas versus Harry. Harry with a clutch comeback in game 2.
And he still has to win it in order to stay in it this time. So
that's right.
See what he can do.
So once again, just going to start off very cleanly. Harry opting to place that J piece off to the side. Gonna have to burn it to clean it up a little bit. He's gonna get his first Tetris. There you go.
Yep. Harry on the board. Harry's got the momentum.
Yeah, Jonas is looking for a T piece to throw into that right stack over there.
And he's having a drought.
Yeah, 31 piece drought for long pieces. This is a bad situation for him. He can still do it if he gets a 40 piece drought. He had a 40 piece drought. He's gonna be able to survive that, but that is definitely tough to deal with and frustrating to deal with when you're a player.
Yeah, and he's still got some holes that he has to clear off before he can score consistently again. Harry's also in better shape now. He had to burn off some stuff too in order to get back into this position, but he is ready for a Tetris again.
There we go. And unfortunately, Jonas still hasn't dropped the piece all the way on the right side because it's not going to give him a Tetris. He's trying to preserve that column, and he did it just like that.
Whoa,
there you
Tetris
go.
to Jonas.
That was beautiful.
And now commanding a lead.
Okay. Yeah, and look at this. Harry's playing field not in a good situation. Needs a long piece now to get into that hole there. Yeah, just do
Gets
it.
but just a triple.
Yeah, kind of unfortunate RNG right now for Harry. He's not getting the exact pieces that he needs to clean the situation up. The two long pieces like that is going to help.
Yep.
And he's going to clear out that space over there on the side.
Let's see if he builds a Tetris on top. No, he goes for the triple. Okay, he's gonna start working on the right side again.
Yeah.
And now he's in position.
Beautiful.
Jonas now with a 60,000 point lead, 3 Tetrises ahead.
Hey, but you know what? How did Harry win that last game?
Right.
By outlasting Jonas. So you know what? He knows it's not. He doesn't have to play as aggressive. He could potentially do the exact same thing again.
Mm-hmm. And that's usually the advantage of playing slowly, is that you can see what happens to your opponent ahead, and that's not something that we see very much from Harry because he's all so fast in playing. But a player that plays more slowly can let their opponent go ahead, see how they score, and then throttle their aggression accordingly. Play more aggressively if they need more points. Take higher risks.
The person that's going faster can have this false pressure to feel like he needs to score to keep the lead higher, and that could make them make some crucial mistakes. And look at this, Harry's going to get a Tetris. All right, so he is down by about 2 Tetrises. And what's crazy right now, though, is that, okay, never mind. Okay, I was about to say Jonas was having a pretty significant drought there, but he's finally got it cleared up. Oh, drop that square block in there. Yeah, perfect. Now he's got to clear out those lines because he needs to get into that hole. But unfortunately, they have not given him a piece that could fit into that space. Yeah, finally gets one there. Okay, so now he's got that is a big misplacement.
It's very uncomfortable. Okay, he opened it up. Yeah,
that's the best word to describe it when you see something like that happen. That's very uncomfortable.
And he's in a slightly better position. He opts for the triple, and he's drilling back down. He's trying to get back into a better position. Jonas's playfield's in good shape now, waiting for a T, but he goes for a Tetris. He can do a tuck with a T. He's probably going to do that here. Now with a 100,000 point lead, and Harry's pace is still much faster than Jonas, so it's even farther behind Jonas in that at this point. So we'll have to see if he can pull off a miracle like last time.
Well, unfortunately, he needs 2 T pieces unless he does a burn like he just did. I'm sorry, he needed 2 I pieces. That's and so now he's finally
great shape now. There's one.
Yeah. Okay, trying to clean up the field a little bit. Needs another 2 I pieces. There he goes. Yeah, now he has a stable field. Now he's in good position. Uh-oh. I feel like that was a misplacement on that S block. But it's not a crucial mistake. Just gonna rob him of a couple of extra Tetrises if he can get a long piece. Oh no. All right, meanwhile, Jonas is sitting kind of in a pretty position right now with a big with about 5 Tetris lead now.
Yeah, and a nice clean play field. Harry actually has to get into a better board position because his transition is coming up in about 5 lines.
Oh yeah, okay, so he's in serious danger.
Yeah, he needs to keep this clean. He was right on the border of maybe not keeping it clean, but looks like he'll pull it off.
Yeah, he can get a Tetris now. It'd be nice to transition on that Tetris because
Yeah,
not only would
you don't want to be
transition-
starving when you're transitioning. So
Right.
hopefully that'll be okay. Good. He transitioned with the Tetris.
Right, and that also, kills 4 lines, which makes it a lot easier to deal with at the same time. Okay, so now what Harry's trying to do is trying to clean up to get back down to that one hole on line number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, beautiful placements there. Yeah, he's
Going
just
back
about down there.
Almost there.
Oh no, unfortunate S-piece with no place to place it.
And Jonas transitions, still maintaining a 100,000 plus point lead.
Harry needs a JP.
Yeah, this is tough.
One now.
I don't. Yeah, he's gonna have to have perfect pieces from this point if he's just gonna survive. This is not looking good.
Yeah, I hate to say this, but I don't think that this is going to happen for Harry. I believe, yeah, there it is. That's the end of that. Jonas.
That was a really tough situation. And there it is.
Jonas is going to take it. He is your Classic Tetris World Championship Exhibition Champion. There you go.
Excellent performance by everyone. Harry did a great job fighting back in that last comeback round. But yeah, Jonas is going to take it. They shake hands.
Yeah, again, that second game I thought was, even though Harry didn't win, I felt like game 2 of that set was the game of the night. To see Harry make that comeback all the way on level 28, I thought that was amazing. That was great stuff. Great clutch from Harry. So
guys, if you like what you see here, definitely join us in 2 weeks when we stream the Classic Tetris World Championships 2016 from twitch.tv/Classic Tetris. We'll be having the event at the Portland Retro Gaming Expo. If you're in the area, definitely come check it out. It's one of the most fun and affordable gaming conventions there is. You can check out our competition or even give a try at competing if you like. We have a setup there with many stations, and it's the home to the championships and has been since, I believe, 2012. So a big shout out goes to GamesDoneQuick.
That's right. In particular, Matt and Fiesel for helping us out.
Yes, thanks for Matt and Fiesel for lining this up. This was a great combination of Tetris and a bit of the GamesDoneQuick community with having James Chen on here from the fighting game community, and I'm usually doing the Tetris announcing, so I'm sort of used to this. But having this combination was really special. And
dude, it was great fun. I had a great time here. I'm very honored to be allowed to join this. So because honestly, there was an audition that was put out, and my friend, shout outs to Ella Verling, he told me about it, and I was like, ooh, okay, and I sent in my audition, and I'm super happy to have been able to do this because again, I love Tetris. Everybody knows me as a fighting game player, but Tetris is my favorite game of all time. I'll just say that. So
yeah, Harry wants a shout out on his Twitch channel. Go check him out on twitch.tv/Super Saiyajin because he actually streams his max out attempts, and it's great watching him. He's a super hardworking player. He's always pushing the limits of his skill, regularly showing off his max out attempts on Twitch. So definitely check out his channel as well.
Man, all right. What about you? Do you have a Twitch channel?
I don't stream as of now, but I am on the Classic Tetris World Championships finals when they do stream it every year for the contest.
Sweet.
I do have a game which is going to be at Portland Retro Gaming Expo. It's on demo. It's coming out in 2017 called Strike Harbinger. So you can also follow me on Twitch on at Strike Harbinger is my handle there. And hope to see you at more events like this, especially with you, James Chen. I mean, it's been an honor commentating with you. Like I said, I'm a huge Street Fighter guy. I got to work on the franchise for a while, and I've been following your commentary. So really, thanks for joining us on this stream and adding to what we're building here.
Yeah. Also, of course, these guys here, in particular, Vince, doing some great stuff. All these guys have been doing great stuff. You can follow them on Facebook. Actually, you can see it there. Facebook.com. /Tetris Championship, no spaces, no underlines. Again, Facebook.com /Tetris Championship to be able to continue following news about the Tetris Championships. And look, watching this, I want to play some Tetris. You know what? If you don't mind, if I can plug my stream a little bit, Ultra Chen TV. That's Ultra Chen TV, no spaces, underscores. I might just start playing some Tetris on there too, because dude, every time I watch it, that's all I want to do is just play some Tetris. So
yeah, it's great having another fellow Tetris fan, and maybe having you guys having you come out for the actual event in Portland someday would be great too. So we'll be looking forward to that.
Sweet. All right. And once again, shout outs to Trey for the awesome technology that he's created here. When you actually see the, did we lose our feed here?
No, we're fine.
Oh, we're fine. Okay. But yeah, Trey, so all that stuff that you're seeing on screen is literally like a pass through from the output of the NES to the TVs. And he's capturing it, redrawing it on the screen, and doing a bunch of wizardry to present that screen for you guys. And
yeah, what you guys don't see is that everybody's on CRT TVs with actual NESs and actual NES cartridges. This isn't any kind of emulation or any kind of difference than the actual commercial NES and Tetris cartridge that you'd play. So it's formatted for you to view and enjoy, and hope you enjoyed our broadcast.
Yeah. Again, thanks for having me, and shout outs once again to all the guys here, Trey and Matt and everybody, and Fiesel, so for putting on this awesome event. And of course, this is just the exhibition, so 2 weeks from now is going to be the actual tournament, so definitely don't want to miss that.
Yeah, this was great. I'm really looking forward to watching this happen.
Yeah. And Tetris for esports. Let's do this, guys.
yeah, it's one of the few games that everybody knows, and whatever what people understand and what people enjoy is makes for a great esport. Definitely did. Like I said, I entered the 1990 Nintendo World Championships, and Tetris was like the main game for that. And what we're doing now is sort of building on the legacy of that contest, which was nearly 25 years ago now.
Awesome. Also, want to give a chance to shout out Anil and Sinister One for making this happen. So definitely shout out to them. A lot of people, of course. It takes a lot of people to make events like this happen. And so, it's always just out of dedication, out of love for the game. And so all those guys are super crucial to this, every single piece. And then also next Sunday, I guess, is going to be Luigi's Mansion on Hotfix. It's going to be 1 p.m. Or is
1 p.m. Pacific, so that should be 4 p.m. Eastern time.
Okay.
Or 10 p.m. European time. It's going to be the finals to the Luigi's Mansion tournament. That's next Sunday.
I'm trying to picture what a Luigi's Mansion tournament looks like. That's awesome.
We'll just have to tune in and find out.
Hey, there you go. Tune in to find out.
Yeah, I love seeing contests on unconventional games. It's a lot of fun.
All right. Cool stuff, guys. Hope everybody on the stream enjoyed this. I hope you guys had a great time. Tetris is so compelling to watch. I mean, you just watch it, and it's like electric. You can feel the energy of it, and so I hope. Yeah,
I bet you a lot of guys on the stream or a lot of people will start their own games of Tetris right now just to play it, to check it out, right?
Yeah. Absolutely. And again, that's going to be on the Classic Tetris World Championship, October 22nd through the 23rd at the Portland Retro Gaming Expo on twitch.tv/ClassicTetris, as you see on the screen. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
This is Chris Tang, and that's James Chen, and thanks for watching. We hope we can do it again sometime.